like you were saying, it's the moral of the story is you don't have it's not your life. The random section. I don't know, what do you call it?
Yeah, you're coming across clearly.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2. Welcome to the media random wrap up. Joe, like we're already in June now.
Yep.
Like the year is gone. COVID, does it still exist? We've discussed this before.
Kancane.
Some companies have a COVID vaccination policy. Other companies don't have a COVID vaccination policy.
Yep.
Random. So like the other day, excuse me, like I went to a spa. They were like, I forgot my mask, nigga. Like they realized that, nigga, so much money turns at the door when you get there and you don't have a mask that they provide you with a free mask now.
Oh, is it?
Like, nah, here's a tip.
Like, hey, here and
Yeah, nah, again, I know.
We say, well, wash it and give it to the next man.
Hey, dog, that was mad random, man. And I don't know if you caught this, but yeah, I think this is noteworthy. So when I was reading the story, I don't know, they say that there was the police, there was the antidepressant, what society in South Africa that went to go talk that girl down from jumping this past Friday.
Our antidepressant society.
So I was just asking myself, like, okay, so reading the article, just asking myself, okay, but why? Why were you there since morning and you still didn't do the deed? Like lunchtime comes, dog. Like they block the traffic around Sandton City. Niggas lunchtime, they buy no reka plate.
Yeah.
And you're just looking up. There's this person and she's just acting the fool up there.
She put in a whole shift to not kick exactly what she was trying to kick there, wasted everybody's time, if you ask me. But can you imagine, just as we were discussing earlier, that you basically, it's considered a crime if you attempt to take your own life. It's considered attempted murder. And you get taken into custody. So when people are talking you down, if you find yourself anyway in that situation, I guess you should also negotiate not being arrested while you're there. Like I need it in writing that if I come down right now.
Yeah, it's the South African Anxiety and Depression Group, SADAG, as well as the police that were there. Apparently, she was there for more than 2 hours. And then, afterwards, like you're saying, I wonder if she really got arrested. And then, I don't know if you saw the lady in KZN, though. Also within the same week, or like, was it the other week?
She also wanted to jump.
No, she jumped.
Oh, she actually did?
Yeah.
Did she survive?
Yeah.
She survived.
Yeah.
Where did she jump off for?
I think 15th floor or something like that. I'm not sure. But
15 floors!
She survived.
How do you survive 15 floors?
Proving once again that man can fly.
The sucky part about this is, actually, my bad. It was 6th floor. Beachfront apartment.
15, you're not surviving that, man.
Yeah, nah.
15, you're a superhero.
Remember when the
after
World
that.
Trade Center was getting laced out there, 9/11.
Oh, yes.
There were people who jumped and survived. I don't even know how to describe what they were doing. Like, did you slide down Mission Impossible style or
Yeah. But that was crazy. You would have jumped as well, man. And then a plane just hits your building.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What a will to live,
man.
B. But then, okay, let's say, there's two forms of survival. Now, there's the honorary survival, which is that one, where you're just trying to save your life.
Yeah.
And then there's the, I fucking beast survival. Like this lady from KZN. I mean, like, what happens if now you're a paraplegic?
Yeah, now this is the rest of your life, ne?
Yeah, like, or something happened, like your arm don't work no more
I
now.
wonder what happens with your life cover. You know that whole disability fund?
Oh, yes.
So if you try to jump and then you became...
If you self-lace, generally insurance won't pay. So if you actually commit suicide and you had life cover, they won't pay. And you actually were successful. So I can imagine if you got injured trying to end your life, you gotta say AK pushed you, B. That's what you gotta say. That's the only way.
What happened to that story though?
You know how it is. Media cycles. Like media, it's either something lasts for a week or let's just say 7 weeks. And then after that, it's let go of, you know?
It'll probably come back. I mean, look at the Senzo Miura case, man. Oh, wow.
The case that keeps on giving, you know?
Wow.
There's always a new suspect to them, man.
Every day.
Kelly Kumalo is the one who actually pulled the trigger.
Hey, Munna.
Yeah, and then she's busy posting her best life on social media. Apparently, she's got a single coming out.
What would you
as
do,
if none of this is happening.
She had that song where she was talking about
killing
the same, exactly what she's going through right now.
Describes it, yeah.
Oh wow!
You know what? We need to learn to recognize these signs, man. You know, there was this guy called Jimmy Savile in UK. There's a documentary out on Netflix, and it turns out he was a pedophile. But he'd been dropping hints in the media all career long.
R. Kelly's been dropping hints.
Yes,
I'm a
you know what I mean?
bad man. We're not listening.
So if this lady was dropping us a hint, be like, then it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, gotta read the signs. No feeding the baboon.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, doom. You know. While we're on that one, so I don't know, man. So they say that okay, yonke into that we're saying is allegedly case closed.
Yeah.
That Longway guy, that kid is mad shady. B.
The drug addict.
I don't know, man.
Hey, the kid, I waste.
Because they were saying, apparently he's got something, to do with the gun.
But it was his revolver that was involved.
Wait, did they find the gun?
That's what's being said now. All of a sudden,
They found the gun.
They're saying that there's an eyewitness that they're
eyewitness to the
bring to cross question.
Wait, everybody was in the room is an eyewitness. What do we mean?
Exactly.
I mean, they were in the room.
and they also, what do you call it? What's the word for it? Suspects. So now, if you're also, like, if you're going to be eyewitness and suspect same time, it's like, hey.
But they were supposed to be suspect from the word go. Someone died in the room that you were in. If I die now, I'm in the room with two of you guys are suspect.
You know, the main suspects are the police. I hear they didn't dust for prints
shady.
there where those guys entered, where the actual the perpetrators allegedly, the alleged perpetrators entered. So they didn't dust for prints, and there was like, no, the kitchen is the busiest room of the house, and so we thought it would have everybody's prints and what? Nah, nigga, like due diligence in your job. Like,
didn't this guy say his boss told him not to do it?
Isn't that who died? Who died? Like somebody got an autograph from Kelly and it was like, no, must clean in this blood. Like that crime scene was so clean for the kerfuffle that should have occurred there.
AB.
No,
like it was
crazy,
generally
man.
clean. Like someone just put their head there afterwards. Like, okay, that'll be a nice touch. Like it was staged.
So what do you think? What do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think the person who killed him was in that room? Okay, of course he was in that room, but I mean, like,
do you remember
one of those people.
Do you remember those games from back in the cut? Who killed Sam Rupert? Those kind of
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
Like, and you gotta solve. And
Yeah.
it's usually someone who was in the room.
all the time.
Like it's usually
Murder suspects.
You know what, man? Even if it doesn't transpire, so I'll tell you this. This is one thing about a court case. Private shit starts coming out. You know?
Facts.
Yeah.
Like I'll give you Oscar Pistorius as an example, right? Sharp, he shot this woman and all of that. Things that were to the side of the story were being revealed. Like,
Yes.
okay, you guys say you were happily in a relationship, but it shows here on the night of the 13th of February, you were watching this kind of porn. You've got your girlfriend, a supermodel, whatever, lying next to you here. It's the night before, Valentine's. Aren't you guys cozying up? Aren't you guys whatever? You're watching porn here. And then they start reading his porn history type shit. God damn, niggas, like...
that's a lawyer
like,
trying to...
Yeah, they'll bring you.
Yeah, to make you look bad. I mean, thinking about... The answer should have been, haven't you been in a relationship before? Yes.
Hey, I'm
At some
born
point, you
her
do
bust.
what?
Yeah, no, hey, lawyers will, and they'll lean in. Be like,
Dude.
what underwear were you wearing that day? Is it the one with the holes? What's good?
Hey.
Like they will lean in into
See,
your
this
personal
person
life.
doesn't care. He wears underwear with holes in it. I mean,
Oh man, another random actually segues. So I was watching. I was reading some stats there in the States. So apparently, 80% of like Uber Eats or delivery guys eat your food.
oh God, I saw that as well.
Yeah.
Didn't he show up on the Trevor Noah show?
Oh yeah, it was in the Daily Shows.
Yeah.
Yes. So what's
That's
good, B?
like a slice of pizza. And
Yeah, I saw Sapta say you must count your wings. You must count your hot wings when they show up
What
to your
the?
place.
You know what? These guys will do that. Because sometimes something is just missing, like even the Coke or something that you
Yeah,
ordered to
yeah,
come along.
yeah.
These guys are barely putting together a living, you know? And they don't care. By the time you're tipping them, they've already done what they were doing. They can't take it back. Like, you can have a good tip, and this guy might be like, oh, sorry, I forgot. He's already eaten it, B.
Here's your stuff.
So he takes a couple of fries here, takes a wing there, takes a cola there.
Now,
like,
when
so he
I
creates
imagine,
a meal.
Imagine this pansako, you're just smelling this food everywhere you're going. And
And you're
uphethwe
hungry.
indlala
You don't
wena
even have
self.
time to eat. Yeah, I know. You would as well.
No,
You
take
eat
the
that
job.
as well.
Oh yeah,
And that's
nah.
free food.
Well, the moral of the story is I'd probably eat the food.
I mean, I'm hungry, dude. I'll deal with
I
the
gotta
employers
kick.
later on, man.
I got a kick.
Oh man.
Tell me this. Just going back to that thing about porn. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, Rassi Erasmus. He retweeted some porn. He's the former Springbok coach, the one who led us to our most recent World Cup. Ne? So it's like it's an interracial porn thingy that was retweeted. He says his account got hacked, and people were leaning hard on him, right?
Right.
But then other people were defending him. They're like, wait, firstly, this guy won us a World Cup, ne?
Yes.
Secondly, he's from the Eastern Cape.
Yes.
For those guys who are from there, they're like, Mtana wasekhaya,
Yes.
yabona. And then like thirdly, even his adult content is transformational. So please.
Dude. And it wasn't either one of the coaches who were transformational.
Yeah.
Ah, that's proof.
So
I mean, come
they're
on.
like,
Dude. That's his
they're like,
private time. He likes.
That guy likes black people.
Yeah, exactly.
He likes black people.
Let him be. Let him be.
You know, speaking of that, so on the lighter side of porn stuff, have you guys seen a local series called Savage Beauty?
Oh, yeah. I didn't check
On
that
Netflix.
out. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I haven't actually heard about it.
Quite nice.
I
Yeah.
gave it a chance, you know, like, man, like the script, you know, like the script can get really corky and really corny, like whack, you know, like how the
Yeah,
script.
that's not what I've been hearing. People have been saying the thing is actually good.
I enjoyed it, man. What's wrong with the script, B?
No, like, I mean, first of all, that guy is the worst detective on earth. That nigga, Lovange Kentucky Rounder, the Jetta,
Yeah.
the Jetta with rims. I mean, okay, first of all, like, his role was, look, he held it off, but nah, man,
Let's think about it. Now. Local police enforcement, and we're just talking about Senzo Meyiwa case. Is it not like art imitating life or vice versa? Like it's the real thing.
I think, yeah, you've got a point there. And the funny thing about it is within that show, not to have a spoiler, there was no police presence whatsoever in any of the scenes where they needed to be.
Wait, what is the show about? Like the synopsis of the show? Like
So the synopsis of the show is it's a rich family, whereby the Mataima, the dad in the family, he dictates the relationship status, so he can take more than one wife if he wants to. They live in a opulent neighborhood. It looks like Sandhurst or like one of those posh, very posh sceneries. The scenery in the whole series. Yes, I would give them a legit about like 8 out of 10. Like the scenery,
The shots and stuff.
the shots, you know what I'm saying? But the wardrobe, no, they don't look rich. All right, I'm sorry.
Actually,
I only saw one guess. What's this Gucci bag?
Yeah.
And it looked fake.
Yeah.
But yeah, they everything is rich. Their cars are rich, but they gear, no, sorry.
it was horrible.
The one scene they got very well done was at the beginning of the series when it's a a red carpet setup.
Yes, that one they
And
got
then they
correct.
got real life stars as well to walk the red carpet.
I think isn't that like the first episode?
That is the first episode.
I saw that. I remember I saw that.
Yeah. So within that pilot, they got that one correct. So I'm deviating. So the series is about like this rich family, and they're running like a beauty. It's a rich family. They're running a beauty house.
Oh, I remember it.
Oh, yeah,
What
like
that?
cosmetics.
Cosmetics, fashion,
There's a girl who's
photography,
African wise
magazines.
with like short hair, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
I saw
yes,
that
yes,
first
yes.
episode. I was bored out of them. Like I'm not watching this. I'm good.
So I watched the Silverton Siege movie. This past weekend, proper movie.
I like that. I like that.
Supporting local.
I like that,
dude. Okay, continue. I have like a I watched Mr. Bones 3, guys.
Oh, no.
Okay. Let me wrap up.
Did he do the usual? Did he do the usual?
I got
Schuster
angry,
shit?
dude. I got angry. I've never been to a movie theater and then I actually spend most of my time on the phone.
Yeah, no. You know
Wow, you went to the
what?
theater.
Was it that bad, or
It
were
was-
the jokes so off?
There was no jokes.
Is it?
There was no jokes. There's Tumi Morake. Was it Tumi Morake, right?
Yeah.
She's horrible in it. Like Tumi is a very funny person, but
Yeah.
they just made her like look really, really,
made
really
it
bad.
this fool.
And also my thing, I was watching that thing like, cause now I'm smarter. When it started, when Mr. Bones, when we were young, like white guy in the jungle. Now I'm thinking, dude, you've been in the jungle for how long? You still can't speak Venag.
That's the thing I was saying about Leon Schuster, is that in these times we don't want to be. We can't stomach his variety of comedy, if I can put it that way. We've come a long way. He did well in his time. It's fine, but now this is not the climate for that.
I think we need to revisit his stuff and rewatch it and check if these things were actually as funny as we thought.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you know what?
no,
Those
I think
things-
it's worth a revisit actually.
The whole movie is about these two white guys who betrayed each other and then they buried Kruger millions in some random spot in the jungle. And then Leon Schuster or his character Mr. Bones don't give a shit about the millions.
Krugerrands.
Other people find out they're millions and then they try to find them and then now they're trying to stop. I'm like, why do you care? I mean, you didn't even give a crap
the
about
way the
these
story
millions.
has been written.
It's so stupid, dude.
Wow.
No,
Okay.
he's past his time.
Yeah, like I don't think he's maybe he's not relevant no more, in terms of that. And
he had
I'm a
blackface so many
2000
times,
foot
guys. How
man,
come he's not
like
cancelled?
you know what I'm saying. Like I'm sure number 2000, like they don't even watch this.
They definitely don't
At
know
all.
Schuster at all.
And if they were to actually see him, I know he's gonna get cancelled.
Speaking of Kruger millions, you all would have heard Ramaphosa got robbed sometime.
No, when was this?
sometime.
The ANC is trying to use that against him now because they say you got robbed and you didn't tell anyone.
Basically, there was 4 million cash at a place of residence at his farm. Yeah, and he didn't disclose these things, And there's a limit legally to how much
Cash you can have.
He can carry. Yeah.
Really?
Otherwise,
I didn't know
then-
that.
Yeah, otherwise you're being a bank or something. I don't know, but like
Oh,
the rule is just generally there's a limitation.
so he was pulling a hush puppy.
What's
Yeah.
the limit?
I don't know what it is. I'll look it up. But there's a limit to how much cash you can keep under your mattress, basically. Otherwise, like where else could where was he hiding his cash?
So what's the moral of the story in this one?
The moral of the story is don't declare. Do not.
Wait, who did he tell? If they say you never told anyone, then how do we know about this?
You know what happens is that there's a state security, right? So anything that happens to the president or around the president, these guys have to be briefed. But they don't have to brief the police, So it's things like, for example, if what's his name was President Zuma, and he wanted to do upgrades to Nkandla, those guys would have been briefed, ne? They would have done the looting related to that and all of that stuff on another basis. And now there's still this whole gap where the police don't know, like as to exactly how was this money looted to do these security upgrades for you,
Whoa.
So that little gap there is where politicians play.
Ish, see these gray areas, man. Just leading back to when you guys were talking about the sports guy Oscar Pistorius.
Oh yeah.
with the porn stuff. Y'all remember, since we're doing the media wrap up, Shane Warne.
Shane Warne.
Shane Warne, you know.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, man.
So you saw what allegedly happened in Thailand.
No, that straight up happened.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not
not
alleged.
alleged.
No, it straight up happened.
So anything you say, you
There's-
put Thailand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definition.
no, it's not alleged.
Yeah,
Because
no.
like he died of a heart attack, nah? And then there was footage surfacing that there was 2 chicks with him. Like
Yeah,
he was
dur-
having
during
an
an-
orgy.
during an
Or
orgy.
That's the
threesome.
best way to
Yeah,
die.
I know
man.
you went
Come on.
out drunken,
Christ, you go to heaven, there's like a red carpet for you.
drug fueled orgy. He just went out.
Dude, you was a red carpet,
Went
like
out
you
style.
lived your life. You had fun. You used.
I'll tell you something about cricket back in the cut. Ne? I don't watch it anymore, but like back then, there was this thing. If you were a spinner, the best batsman would clap the shit out of you, nigga. Like you would not bowl to a Hansi Cronje as a spinner. They are going to smack you out the park type shit. And like it's demoralizing. And the only spinner who was killing it back then was Shane Warne.
Yep.
Like he's the only spinner who could actually get these proper players out. Nowadays, batsmen are the
Yeah,
same.
I'm not gonna sound like I'm excited to hear about cricket. I hate that sport. I'm sorry.
How's that?
I'm not gonna play a sport that you have to take tea breaks.
Oh wow.
It's a sport.
Young tea break.
A tea break.
You know,
It takes the whole day. You come back, go to work. Still, no one has won. No, I'm
it's a
good.
day-night game.
Yeah, like yeah. Those times when I used to go to the stadium to actually kick. Yeah,
You were not
no,
going
you
for cricket. Let's be honest.
No, I was going there for the beer.
Exactly.
It's a great place to drink, I must say.
It is.
It's a picnic sport. Just
Like,
happened.
you're all-
People are throwing a ball.
Yeah, you know, like the only reason why you look there is in case or in a scenario where you hear qua, like a ball has been hit and the crowd is cheering, and now you know it's probably inbound towards the boundary. You know, so you're looking up to check where the ball is at, not to watch the game per se. But you're looking up for your own safety, basically. Like that's the only reason. There's no other reason to go to a cricket game. Like
I can't stand that sport. I'm sorry, man.
While you were speaking,
spot, yeah.
and while you were speaking about the red carpet, so another segue, media wrap up. So the Queen is celebrating 70 years on the throne.
Platinum Jubilee.
Platinum Jubilee.
How come the royalty is still a thing, guys? When everybody's getting cancelled, are you kidding me?
Like I don't get it.
Look at Swaziland.
people. Exactly.
That's a thug running that country. That guy is a thug.
Yeah, another guy. No man, and he keeps
Thug,
getting
he's a
loans from
pedophile.
us. I'm like, why do we even agree to loan this guy? Like we got dough for days ourselves or something.
Are you
Dog.
getting something from them?
What are they giving us? Virgins or what?
Yeah, I was gonna say beautiful
they're
women.
sending us virgins into the country, and everyone who's not picked by the king, you know.
You come this side.
Nigga, this
Cross
guy,
it.
during lockdown, do you remember what happened in the country? There was a mini uprising.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, where the I'm 2000, like they're like, nigga, we're not gonna have this no more.
Yeah.
Where you are buying 12 pink Bentleys.
Yeah.
Or was it Rolls Royce?
Yeah, he did things like that.
Yeah, like for
All your wives.
wives, like pink Rolls Royce. We struggling, we suffering.
Mara,
We ain't got no cash, we ain't got no jobs. So that mini uprising, and then he escaped, I think. I think he escaped the country or eloped or whatever. I think it was here or up north. I'm not sure. But bruh, like you're not even like coming to address your people.
That nigga, not even once. He didn't
Nah,
make one
nah.
single appearance on some. Calm down, people. I hear your pain. I
Nah,
feel
nah, there's
Nix.
none.
Yeah, but isn't that better than I wasn't aware? Like what our president always says. Like I wasn't aware.
Exactly why am I being...
I'm shocked as well. Like
You know, when you mention this Platinum Jubilee, it reminds me of a joke I heard once. I guess we were going to do that whole comedy thing. But anyway, let me tell you the joke. It's a little long, but not that long. So basically, it's like a World Cup to see who's got the biggest dick in the world, right? You've got Michael Jordan competing first, and he whips out his dick, and it's like 50 centimeters long. And the crowd goes wild. Ah, oh, shit. Ah. You know, it's that kind of shit, né? Then the next person comes out. I think it was Michael Jackson, right? And he whips out his dick, and it's like 80 centimeters long. Whoa, the crowd is just going crazy. It's fucking, what the fuck? And then the Queen's husband, Prince Philip, comes out, right? And he's the last contestant, and he whips out his dick, and it's 1.2 meters. And the crowd falls silent. And then from the side, there's someone starts singing, God Save the Queen.
Yeah, let the guy rest in peace, man.
Yeah, Prince Philip, rest in peace.
In line with that was part of my question, just to follow up with what you just said. So, like, I mean, like, we all know that she old. She probably gonna die.
Now.
Of course you will.
And then the country's national anthem says God Save the Queen. So when she dies, which queen is God saving?
Ah, but she's been around for how long now? Almost 100 years?
Been
God has
saved.
been saving the queen.
Yeah, she's been, man.
So
70 years on the job.
She had corona not so long ago. She kicked that
And she's
shit.
still kicked.
So, with that being said, so are they going to change their national anthem to like God Save the King? 'Cause-
Actually, who's going to take over when she dies?
yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure
Prince
out.
Charles.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so you'll become king?
So will it be God Save the King?
No.
Like
Still,
now,
because-
Shamtani Sandla
because-
primary school, like, it's the king.
Then imagine who Prince Charles' wife will become. She will become a princess.
Not a queen.
They won't make her a queen.
Yeah,
you're right,
there's not going to be any other queen.
Like they call that nigga Prince Philip until he died, nigga. They never made him King Philip.
Yeah.
You know what? You know, talking about that, like women talk about equality, like the most powerful person in the world is a woman.
You must know.
The richest person in the world is a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Apparently, gonna who's this? Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian
Kardashian.
were cancelled from that Jubilee situation.
Like they were told not to come.
Yeah, no, they were trying to land. They were like, the Queen was like, nah, I don't want y'all here.
I mean, it's Pete Davidson, dude. What do you expect?
Well,
I'm not gonna say Kim Kardashian. I mean,
they were like, nah,
Like they weren't invited and they tried to gate crash it
whatever it was.
on Star Power.
Just try to land.
Kim should just look to her right or left and like, if it was Kanye,
If it was Kanye.
were they going to get cancelled or get kicked out of there?
Nah, they were gonna land, and I'm saying this because Snoop Dogg was once banned in England, and then the Queen gave him a pardon.
Ah,
Yeah, I see.
Straight
'Cause
up.
the
He
Snoop-
probably smoked some joint with
Yeah.
the queen. The queen like, I mean, this nigga ain't that bad.
Snoop put me on that good shit.
Snoop ain't that bad,
Snoop
man.
ain't that
Ah,
bad.
yeah, come on, man. This is Snoop.
That's one guy you can't cancel, eh?
Nah, you can't cancel.
You
Snoop.
can't cancel Snoop, man.
Nah,
He's
like,
being a relaxed guy, man.
Dude,
He's being
forever.
light.
He's
But,
like, he killed a cop.
yeah,
And
Is
he's
it?
still,
And
yeah.
he's still light.
He got
He's still
arrested.
aight.
Didn't he go to for killing someone or a cop?
he killed somebody.
He killed somebody, not maybe not a cop, but he killed someone.
Killed somebody, just like
Tupac.
Boosie Badass. Also,
Just like Tupac.
Tupac killed 2 cops.
Tupac even
self-defense
I think
or
he also
something.
raped as well.
No, it's allegedly.
No, that wasn't alleged. He went to prison for that one.
Allegedly.
Okay, fine. Speaking of rape, ne? More than 11,000 rapes in South Africa in the
I saw-
first 3 months.
I saw that stat where they were talking about the crime rate is up, but I'm thinking like, okay,
Quarter 4.
I'm thinking about this in terms of what's been happening the last 3 years. There was like a lockdown, and then there were times where we're not even allowed to go to the streets, and then now we are allowed. I mean, if you compare it pre-COVID, what are the numbers?
Yeah,
You might find out it's actually even lower than that because you can't say last year it was low, now it's high. Like, yeah, last year we're not even allowed to go to the streets, dude. No one is killing anyone.
there were no victims to pick out. Well,
Yes.
fewer victims.
So we're
That was
just
it.
back. I'm thinking we're just back to normal. South Africa has always been a violent country, so we're just back to.
that rape is hectic.
I think
11,000 rapes.
well,
nigga.
that's crazy, man. I mean, I get it. There's also the education department revealed that the province with the highest teenage pregnancies, high school pregnancies, to be specific, is the Eastern Cape.
Yeah, hey, I know niggas got and it's that thing already. They get promiscuous early, and niggas who are out of high school,
Niggas who are
wanna
out
go
of high
for
school,
these girls as
those
well.
are the guys.
So yeah, it's just it's its own mess, man.
It's just its own mess, man. So yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, the quarter 4 stats. I was actually trying to check them out, but I couldn't find like the.
What is the solution? Actually, it actually would be too deep to go too deeply into it. But like rape Like, how do you curb it to a certain extent?
First things first. Can we be like Scotland, where as much as we've got condoms available, can the availability of sanitary pads be for free also? Just like as how you can access
Yeah, it's
that.
gotta
No,
be.
Because I
gotta
mean,
be a
they
given.
won't. They won't be free.
Like, you,
maybe tender.
No, they
Yes,
won't. Yeah,
it's
okay,
tender.
anyway, yeah. If the government buys them from the people who are making them, but I mean, if I'm running a company, why am I giving out that shit for free?
no, it has to be subsidized by government.
Yeah, like
Yeah, but then
subsidized,
even
just like the condoms though.
Yeah,
Like
it has to be
the
But when was the
subsidized.
last time you saw a choice condom in your life? I haven't seen that shit in a while.
I bet you have to be running in clinics.
Exactly.
I think they've changed color.
No, but then they used to be like, I
those
remember
red
when I started
ones.
working in the toilet, you'll find like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Now,
Always be
none.
expensive.
Now, I haven't seen such in a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're right,
I haven't
actually.
fought with choice condoms since high school. Like,
Yeah,
Dude, the high school was like 50 years ago for you, probably. Like a long time ago.
that was the time. That was the time we were calling them bekis.
oh, you were calling
Dude,
them
Mbeki
Yeah,
was
oh,
a
you got some
president.
Mbeki.
Think,
special.
Yeah, okay. you
Mbeki
got
was a
some bekis?
president. Think of that. Like, I haven't seen them in a while as well. I think we're running out of money in South Africa.
Hey, man.
So how are you going to make pads as well
Ish, man. You know what?
free when we can't even buy condoms?
If-
If you had to pick, which one is more important, condom or pad? Not saying pads are not, but which one saves lives?
you know what? You know the issue is with these things is that in the short term, the country has to take an L, right? So that in the long term, things are better, right? So if the issue around condoms is that it affects girls' age, condoms, what do you call it?
Pads.
Sanitary pads, yeah. It affects women's education and all of that stuff, right? And some people end up dropping out or whatever the story is, or suffering embarrassment and etc., confidence issues and so forth. In the short term, it will feel like it's a frivolous expense, if I can put it that way. But in the long term, you're actually helping people, just live an equal life to others, basically. So think about it from the apartheid context, like it's like white people saying that, okay, now that apartheid is over, we must all just start on the same slate. And it can never be the case
Nah, never.
because you already got this 50-year head start of yours and generational wealth and land and everything. And then I got to come from the back. So now what we're basically doing is that women are a step or two behind it, basically, automatically just because of biology.
Yeah, I know, I guess. But also, is the pad actually the solution to what you're saying? I mean, if it's embarrassment and people are not coming to school because of it, don't you think there's an education lacking in terms of the men's side to know that at a certain time of the month, the woman goes through this and it's acceptable? I mean, you get like adults who still feel weird about going to the store to buy their women
buy
pads. It's
yeah.
education. I mean, even if it's still there and you're wearing a pad, these idiots are still going to clown the women for going through something that is actually natural.
Yeah,
So
no, I hear you.
we're trying to pick an easier solution, say, just get the pads, then everything will be fine. I'm like,
so
no.
we don't have to chat about it
Exactly. It's like, okay, you deal with the embarrassment on your own, but here's the pads. Shut up. But the education is these young boys must be taught. Like, women go through this. This is natural. They're supposed to. If you're a woman, you have to go through this. There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah, the education part of it is very important, man. So yeah, like getting back to what you're saying, man. How to curb rape. Hey, man, I don't know, B. Like, for example, my mom's was telling me of a story recently, where Bolt. Firstly, Bolt needs to be cancelled. Bolt needs to be cancelled. That is not a proper Uber service. No. So one of her friends, his daughter, so ugeleza go UJ, yeah? And then she grabbed a Bolt. And then after grabbing the Bolt, I don't know where she was going. And she was writing an exam the next day. So this guy apparently just keeps driving. And then he goes the total opposite way of what she's tracking on the phone. And then now she's starting to get panicky. It's like, yo, bruh, hey, yo, can you tell me where we're going? So this guy is just ignoring her. And then she starts wiling out now. Yo, where are we going and all of that. So this guy threatens her, asks for a phone. I don't know if he took out a gun or something like that. And then just dished her in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there was a court case about, what was it, Uber drivers or Bolt drivers, Bolt drivers once again. Those rape allegations. It was on like carte blanche and the checkpoints and those kinds. And now, first things first, Bolt doesn't have physical offices here.
No. Is it?
No. Like you can create a Bolt profile right now, or buy one from like somebody from the hood or anybody. Apparently, like you can just create it right now, and then you well done. You are officially a Bolt driver.
No training.
No training, no screening, no criminal history checks, verification checks, integrity checks, nothing.
Isn't there like a license for this? I know for Uber you need to get a special license.
Well, with them too, albeit still, there is no physical offices where you can go and lay your claim or your case. So even them, the Bolt drivers, there's a guy that I grabbed an Uber with, and then he said that he left Bolt because the third time he did the third trip that he did with Bolt, he got dropped.
Yeah, I will say an Uber driver told me that as well.
Yeah,
like, it's like Bolt is not supposed to be. It's not legal because
No.
even their license in South Africa is not even.
It's not even so. In other words, we can start a Uber service, and we'd actually make millions. Because I was talking to my bro about, okay, let's think about it. So if Bolt is still operating, they are not liable for anything, but they're just making the money.
Remember what I was talking about in that story about business models being too good? And this is the thing about these Ubers and Bolts of this world. They have to be regulated. You have to regulate them. Like our government is so weak that they were just happy that once they start regulating Uber, that they're signing up for those licenses and paying a lot of license fees and all of that stuff. And that means more revenue and whatnot for the government. And it's like, I guess you renew it once a year or something, right? But they're not looking at the overall mechanism and how to actually regulate it in its entirety. And so that's what you get now with a Bolt here that's coloring outside the lines, and then anybody who's anybody, thug, this, that, or whatever,
Doesn't matter.
can open a profile, start raping people or robbing people for that matter, and then that's that.
Yeah, no, Bolt is crazy, man. Bolt is crazy because I remember one of my friends as well got dropped off in the middle of nowhere because what happened is that you request a ride to go to a certain location and then you figure out later on, oh shit, I'm actually going to the wrong direction, and you change it. And it's like, you can't be changing rides in the middle of a ride. Or how do I know where you're taking me is going to be dangerous? No, I'm stopping this right here. Stopping this right in the middle of nowhere. And this is a woman in the car.
Wow.
In the middle of nowhere, just dropped her off like now.
Can you see how some things that are like, they might work in another country, it's just not as straightforward in a country like ours? Like, maybe in Canada where murder rate and rape rates are low or whatever, right? It's, okay. Oh, so you're taking me? Oh, thank you. Extended trip. For us, it's like, I don't even trust the passenger who's coming into the car right now, even from the driver's perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're right. Even for the driver as well, it's dangerous for them. Because I've heard, even like what you were saying about the Uber driver saying, if you drive Bolt, the people who you pick up might try to rob you. Because even the guy was saying to me, if he picks up a Bolt client, he knows it's going to be a shit ride.
Yeah,
so he prepares himself like that. So he prepares because he knows like this person's gonna be complaining, it's cheap
or something.
It's always gonna, and they give you attitude as well because they expecting such.
Because the homie was saying that he arrived in Maboneng side, and then this guy he said to him, "Please hold up, my brother is coming to pay the bill." And then he got out the car. After he got out the car, the brother in inverted commas came through with a gun and they robbed this guy. Took his wallet, took his phone, and all of that. And then that was then when he said never again. Mid-year wrap-up. So, suspended Bolt driver accused of raping 4 women denied bail.
4.
That was in March this year.
When did he get to 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, how did he get to 4?
Hey, the police here, you know how it be. You know how it be.
AB.
And it wasn't even the same day, right?
It couldn't have.
Nah, couldn't have been. But I mean, if this is not where there's fire, there's smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So this guy, like he's denied bail, and apparently, I mean, like these stories keep coming up with these Bolt cases, dog. So I don't know if Uber is safe itself, but yeah, man. Just to answer the question, how do we curb or try and combat rape? Man, I don't know. Does it start with educating children, or because there's another? It's not funny. It's a video that's posted on social media. It's not a video. It's a sound bite, a sound recording. So these 3 or 4 girls, they were in, I think, is it Pretoria? And then they were, I think they're underage. They're like teenage, like 16, 17. And then they, batandizinto basically. And then now they end up, so when this sound is being recorded, is the aunt and the moms asking her, amaXhosa, kwenzakaleni? No, ubanibani ulele nathi. Like, okay, who's this guy? So apparently it's like some foreigner cats who like are running like a club or something like that, or a strip club or whatever it is. And then they were showing these girls that, okay, you next. This is what's going to happen if you... They were not using condoms and stuff like that. And then... so this girl was traumatized. So she told her parents the next morning when she arrived. You know, so the aunt is like, yo, when I'm sokufaka amapilisi, asazi if uphethwe igcikwane manje, etc., etc. Like the old lady's like, uqaleni ukulala nendoda wena.
So they blaming her.
So it's coming across as that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you can't even come out now. And
you know. So like you were saying, the education part of it should start also maybe from a young, like from a tender age. Because if we also look at the R. Kelly case, although he was dirty, there's 2 sides to a story. Like, my lady, what were you teaching your daughter? Like, we can ask that question though. Like, it's okay, but
for your daughter to be captured by this guy staying at his place,
yes,
out of their own free will, mind you.
Yeah, like
nah, dude, R. Kelly is still dead. I don't care what happened. No, you don't do that. Still, no, guys, no.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying from the educational side, like you're saying, it should start from yegizinto, like.
But you can't. But again, we can't tell the victims Uguti they must have better education.
Yeah, no, this is after the fact.
Yeah, this is after the fact.
but then
But
again,
before the fact.
Yeah, but again, also the culture of South Africa, man, this whole nice life, soft life thing where everyone is actually going for that.
The bag.
Exactly. It's like, we also have that culture. Not saying it is responsible for rape, but you get people who get themselves into situations like this, where you're in the place with a bunch of niggas, they're buying you alcohol.
Guys have got only ill intentions for you.
Yeah, and because they do exist, and then now such things actually happen to you, and then you have a bad experience. It's shit. But also, how do you solve the side of the guys who are just going for these not weak, but these young girls who not matured yet?
Or like these guys who are, what's it called? It's like almost pedophile behavior.
Like then they're doing it with like 18-year-olds.
No, Pastor 929. I don't know if you guys know that guy.
What did he do?
The perpetrator.
No, that dude, dog, like, wonke ama social media stories wayayibona ukuthi indala out there, and he's just got a fetish ngama
for young ones.
Or young ones. Like, apparently knocked up like a young girl right now. And like, he's always on the news for this, like the celebrity news.
What young
for
girl?
this.
Because I know Leonardo DiCaprio likes them 21 and all. So by young you mean?
We mean young.
No, young.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay,
a predator,
like
predator.
Like predatory is this type thing. Like, why is she 16?
But you know why guys do that, right?
like for power.
Yeah, and it's also easier to convince someone who's that matured.
Like, nigga, what conversation are you having? It's
Yeah,
not even about
There's no conversation.
eh?
We're going to my house after this.
And I'm gonna teach you some stuff.
I've heard one girl told me about this, like how our North brothers, right? How it's a Northwest, whatever. Our North brothers, how they do their things. Like if you meet with them, they tell the waiter, "Oh, those girls must come chill with us." You go there as a girl. They say to you, "Whatever you want to drink, I got you." And also later on, when you leave with us, I'll give you some money. A lot of girls, like most of the time, they listen to that, like, I'm gonna drink whatever I want and I'm gonna get money. Say yes. Go to their spot. I mean, me giving you money meant we're gonna have to do something. By that time, you're thinking, I'm already here.
Yep.
And then you do that. So it's easier.
Yeah.
So is that then a gateway to prostitution? Because if we look at another side of that coin, I'm sure you guys have heard of sometime in your life where a guy says, or you heard that a guy was arrested, whereby a girl said she was raped by the guy. Khandi, in the morning, the guy
decided not to pay. But again, you understand where that issue actually comes from the whole culture of girls have been going out to clubs and then guys figuring out ways to get them drunk and leave with them, and then in the morning, nothing, like go back home. And then girls thinking, might as well let me just get paid for this. If we're gonna end up together, I mean, might as well actually get something from this. And then there's this whole exchange these days of like, if you leave with me, you're gonna have to give me something.
Have money so that she can pay for her own Uber just in case the
Instead
guy
of a
decides
Bolt,
not take her home.
But then again, we shouldn't. I don't think we should be looking at this thing of like the actions and the decision that the women do. I'm thinking about the whole mentality from guys actually wanting to do this, finding these ways of tricking women and actually lacing women and actually having a way with them. Instead of us saying, you girl, don't go to clubs and get money from guys. Why are guys doing that?
I was having a conversation like this with a female friend. So what she mentioned to me is that, growing up in a family with a dad makes a huge difference, especially if he's raising both male and female or females. A dad presence makes a huge difference. So I then in turn told her that, then if we look at the demographic here in South Africa, most dads are not around for their children, whether male or female. And then it also really it sparked a nerve, because it was like, well, in a positive way, that's okay. Coming to think of it, like my granddad, there was my mom's, her sister, his wife, his daughter. So it somehow made a difference in the household. And when you grow up with those morals or whatever, I'm not saying they work for everybody, but it made a difference that it curbed the early pregnancies. Like when my aunt got pregnant, it was the time where, she was of that age where she's working now. She's got the mentality of, she understands what's supposed to be happening, etc. So I don't know if maybe that also is a contributing factor.
Decent dads.
But also the rape thing, am I allowed to say there's levels? Like in terms of there's like violent rape, like those people need to be shot in the head and die. With those ones, you're just walking in the street and they're just dragging to the corner.
Yeah.
And then you get those rapes where your uncle, your family members have a way with you.
Yeah.
Those are violent rapes. And then you get those gray area where even the guy wasn't even aware
that he was raping.
Yeah, that he was raping. Because first, so when we come up with that stat, which level of it, which one actually increased? Is it the one, the gray area? Is it just everything just lumped in together and said?
Which one is the one where you're not aware now? Which one is that?
The one that you're not aware?
Yeah.
You've had stories where a girl had a bad date with a nigga. and then they call it
they
rape.
just call it a rape.
I'm not saying
after that.
most of these situations are like that, but I'm saying you've been in those situations.
No,
There's a story
I hear
about
what you're
guys.
talking
We need to talk about this. I think if I tell you the story, you both been in that situation as well, and then the way you saw it, you were having blue balls, but the way the girl saw it, you sexually harassed her.
Oh,
A situation where you were young, you had a girl come with you at your house, you're thinking things were gonna go down, and then you try, and then she keeps saying no, and then you couldn't sleep because you've been trying the whole night. And then in the morning she goes home, and you're thinking, crap, blue balls, what? You tell your friends, I brought this girl over, I got blue balls. You looked at it like that. But later on, we found out that women are saying that was actually sexual harassment because they were not interested in having sex with you, but you never saw it like that.
yeah, no, I can hear that. Hey, communication. Hey, it's again like we are going home together.
But you shouldn't assume.
Yeah, but I don't assume to like and I don't assume or that means what you think it means.
So
before you go
communicate
home,
prior.
you must be like, what are we doing?
Who's doing that before you go home from a club?
No, you gotta holler like, so what are we doing?
When would you do that when you're at the club and then
Nigga,
be honest, dude?
You know what? I'm not in the game. I'm not in the
what are
game.
we
By the way,
doing?
what are we doing after that?
Nah, you contract like sign here.
But here's another thing. If she gets home and says, nah, I'm good.
Hey man,
You
like
already
that
spoke
always
about
sucked,
it, right?
like when that happened.
Girls,
man.
girls have been known to do things like that, and some of them are being silly. Some of them genuinely, yes, they didn't mean anything by it, right?
Do you
And
as a
it's not
guy
like you can sort out those cases from each other and then say that, okay, there's this batch of sexual harassment.
No, you
and
don't
there's that.
know. You were not,
can't,
you don't even
know
know
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just all one big bad thing, basically.
So do you also feel used as a guy? Like you wake up in the morning, motherfucker came to the crib, ate your cornflakes in the middle of the night, took a shower at your spot, slept in your tracksuit pants, etc. And then in the morning she leaves. And that's that. Yeah, I took her from the club and I provided shelter.
I think we actually got to a point where being casual and consensual, casual sex is actually looked at as a bad thing. It used to be okay back then. Like, it's casual. We're not trying to start a relationship here. We go to the club with men. We both wanted the same thing. We got home. And then you did our thing and then it left. I mean, one night stands like happened. Like, we want to get to a point where one night stands are actually sexual
Cancelled.
harassment. Yeah, exactly.
The only way to overcome that, okay, not the only way, but one thing is that maybe you should always go to the girl's place.
Okay, how does it solve it?
I didn't drag you here to my
to my lair.
to my lair and start doing shit, you know? Like you've got at least a case for yourself now in the following morning. But no, man.
Well, half the time these girls don't have a place though.
Yeah.
Or like if they do, it's like there's five of them.
Yeah.
But maybe it comes back to the whole equality thing. If you think Uguti, women would do the same to men, that'd be okay. If we flip these things around and then it's a woman doing that to a man and the man is the one who's saying no, the whole night.
No, she's gonna go around
apparently
saying you're gay and shit.
Oh, being gay is not a bad thing.
no,
but
I'm just saying.
you don't want to be called gay when you're
gay,
not.
Yeah, if you're not gay. Yeah.
I think it does happen. In the elite side of society though, where you're gonna go to your La Paradas, you're gonna go to your Life Grand or whatever. Like there's actually even private parties where all of this happens. Shout out to Moonshot Spinelli who disclosed such. But yeah, there's women that are out there to find a prey. It's not like vast, but it's like those women with money.
And that shit is probably celebrated, right?
You must know. Yeah, you get yours, girl. Yeah, woman power. Let me ask you guys about something. This is aside from the topic here. Gerard Piqué cheating on Shakira recently, or whatever. They're separating now.
Is that why they're separating?
Yes.
I mean, don't be Eric Benet.
You know?
Why is he cheating on Shakira, B?
Yeah, man. You know what?
Hips don't lie.
Dude,
Yeah.
Johnny Depp. After that whole case, I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, what if Shakira shed on his bed as well?
Oh no.
right?
Hey, that woman Amber is she's
Wow.
vigorously foul. Let me say, Ultra like, hey,
So she did.
if you've got an ex like that,
You're probably still calling it now, like, yo, what's good?
you caught a bad one. Like,
But you know, those crazy, not crazy ones, but you know, those girls like that, like, yeah, they're fun until it gets to the point. If you start marrying them, then that's a problem. That's what Johnny Depp did wrong.
yeah, no man, yeah. Speaking of other players here, what's his name? Nick Cannon, his 8th child on the way.
8.
Yeah. And you know, like he does all those pregnancy shoots and stuff, and he shows up for each and every one. And it's like different mothers. So he showed up with a new shoot and, you know, that whole pregnancy shoot crap. And it's like, yeah, baby number 8.
8.
Yeah.
I think he dropped an album even. I didn't try to listen to it, but yeah.
8, guys.
That nigga's going to be supporting for days.
8.
Yeah, Nick Cannon. It's not the same. It's different.
Yeah, no, it's
right?
different girl.
But
There's always different.
They don't have choice in America.
They do. What do you mean?
Use that.
You mean like, no.
I mean, like choice condoms.
He's out of choice. I'm thinking pro-choice as in like abortion or whatever. Yeah.
That too. But then, I mean,
No, you know what? This guy does this thing on purpose. It's how he wants to build a family. Or like he's a polygamist in his head without the polygamy. Like without the actual marriage.
you must come to South Africa then.
You can tell he's got a tendency. So this guy does that shit, and I think he says that, but I think in the heat of the moment, he's sleeping with these hot chicks, and he just loses his freaking mind. He gotta take off the dome.
Dude, 8. Damn.
And these girls all agree to be impregnated by him. So they're lining up
Cheapers.
a piece of the estate.
Yeah, nah, Nick Cannon is on a roll, B.
8.
What do you guys think of this Rasta guy, B? Like, what's good with these artworks?
I think that's intentional, dude.
Yeah,
Is it intentional?
I mean, if you're getting fame from being that horrible,
yeah. I mean, you're the most famous artist
For
in the
being
country.
horrible.
For being, yeah.
No.
When's our boom?
South Africa is a weird place. Like Mzega Zega was a thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Okay.
most horrible artist ever. And remember, Sia Swima.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Spike Oz.
He became a thing as well. Yeah.
It was coming from what's it called?
Pure Munati.
Pure Munati.
And it was a joke. He made a
Yeah.
song as a joke and it became a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
birthday. Yeah.
Speaking of them Kwaito guys, apparently El Vovo Durango is in hospital.
Diabetes.
I don't
Oh
know.
my God. Wow.
I'm just asking, like it could be anything. Really.
You're probably right, but that's not funny, guys. Like, what's wrong with El Vovo, dude?
I don't know what's wrong with him, man. I just saw the other day that he's in hospital. But just a funny accolade about him. You remember why his career went down, though?
What happened?
I get it, like he kicked he released an album with the same album cover as Jay-Z for American Gangster.
Oh, yeah, I remember
then they
that. Yeah, I
came for
remember that. I remember that.
Like what is
Same album cover.
Like this nigga
But
think
it's
we
El
weren't gonna know.
Vovo.
Man, that's how popular they are. People knew.
So the record label came through for him, and yeah, that's why you've never really heard of El Vovo Durango no more.
Yeah, the guy can dance, eh?
Hey, all these Devon guys, man,
Yeah, the
their
guys like-
vibe is on another level.
They love
dude.
dancing.
Yeah.
Guys,
And then in the similar sad news, so apparently that Don Biliato is not owned by Casper.
I mean,
yeah,
are you surprised?
Yeah, no.
I
surprise.
actually am.
Nah, no.
No, these artists, they don't, you know what? They jump on a gravy train of sorts and they don't know how to really get into it, you know? So you can diversify your interests. And I actually do say that a lot of artists should do this, go into various ventures, but they go into it as a matter of a fad, like, oh, shit, Bonang opened hers and shit, what's her name? Boyti's got her own.
She also doesn't own hers, right?
So, yeah. She was the first one where it transpired that she actually doesn't actually have
Does
shit here.
Bonang own?
Apparently she doesn't. That
No,
also
she
came out
doesn't.
recently.
And like they sticking
Like
it to
nothing at all.
Wait, what about AK and Sky?
her. No, that's just a freaking brand.
The umuntu ama advert.
It's an ambassadorship
the
type
advert
shit.
guy.
So we'll make an AK banana flavored whatever. I'll never taste that shit. I don't want to lie.
Nah.
And then we'll pay you X amount. Sales are ours. And yeah, you've got no rights and like in the product itself. You don't know IP. You don't know where we make this shit. You don't know what ingredients are going.
Doesn't
into it.
matter.
Even like Boyti, I'll never buy a shit. Like a 4-pack for 180 or something like that.
When I tell me as an artist, what aligns you to a banana flavor? Like what are you saying about yourself? Like where's the alignment? Where's the brand alignment?
You know, from the Banana Republic.
You banana flavored motherfucker.
From the banana.
Like what the fuck are you saying?
Imagine you performing, someone throws a banana. Like racist, like no, do you celebrating your flavor?
That's your flavor.
You're like a banana.
Banana flavored.
Damn.
Yeah,
nah,
man.
I'm not surprised about Kesper not owning that. In fact, I knew when it first came out, I'm like, he's not.
Nigga, come
Unless he has like maybe like 10% ownership.
Like
Nothing.
They showed
willing to-
they showed the you know, like when you Google companies and then you Google who's the owner of this. I don't know which website they used, but it showed the ID number of that white cat and his full name
I
and
can actually
surname.
check it for you. I can, if you
Yeah.
had the company
I think you
registration number.
I think you can just Google who is the owner of Biliato. It'll show you.
On Sips.
Because I did that with the Batu as well. Then I saw it's those two guys.
Maripacho is made in China.
Yeah, but they own the company.
Shout out to them.
At
but
least they got
At least they own the company.
No,
though.
you know what? If you take all these artists, I'm sure 99% of them, they don't have actual ownership.
But
in
why
these
do
things.
why do we think the celebrities know better than us?
They don't.
They
It's
don't.
just that
Why do we always
it's
think
because
that?
these guys are visible? Have you seen a thing in social media whereby because your words are being shown most prominently, it's the way of thinking or something? And you can stand in your own corner by yourself with your 12 followers, Jesus, and just
Yes. You think I should do that? If you have a follower, like, don't follow me. I only want
I only
12.
want 12.
Look at what he did. Jesus had 12 followers, and now
Yeah, he went big. He went
dude,
big.
he started from 12.
Yeah, man.
12 loyal followers.
Yeah, I know, man. So you can stand there with your solid, well-researched, complete, factual, experiential, whatever
Peer-reviewed.
opinion,
Peer-reviewed.
peer-reviewed output, and someone is they're gonna overlook it. People are gonna overlook it by the masses in favor of what is being punted out there by those who've got a bigger platform, I guess.
Yeah, celebrity is power.
Yeah.
Like proper power, celebrity. You are no one. You probably don't even earn as much as a person who's picking up coal, you know, and you're a celebrity, but your opinion.
The funniest guy that's a celebrity is Nota, man. Like, yo, this guy kills me. Like, I do
I
listen to
respect
this
Nota,
nigga.
dude, from where he came from.
Oh, definitely.
To where he is.
100%. Yeah, yeah. 100%,
I respect him,
you know.
even
Shout
though
out
he's
to
crap.
Nota.
I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
he's that good, but where he came from.
He's too vocal at times, etc. But yeah, shout out
But
to Nota, man.
he helped Questa. Questa is where he is right now because of Nota.
A lot of other artists, man. And while we there, RIP Jamie Bartlett,
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Mike.
media wrap
What
up.
was his name at Rhythm City?
This now was just a thug the entire time.
What was that name?
All his roles,
All of
just
them.
thugging.
Yeah, you know, he played them with aplomb, man.
Yeah.
And he
So
just went out quietly like
There are characters who will never be like a family guy with dads is struggling, getting a job, you know, to take care of his kids. Like you are supposed to be a thug. Who's that guy with the scar that goes from the left to the right? Michael Blackson. No, it's not Michael Blackson. From America. He also
I
died
see
just
what
now
you-
from a drug overdose.
Yes,
Like when you look at
he
him,
look like DMX, that guy. I
you,
remember him.
you're
yeah.
gonna be a gangster in the movie. Like every time you see him, like okay,
Yeah,
you're
no,
good for
you-
gangster
you
roles.
got a kick, yeah. Like even that guy, Israel, what's his name?
The one from User First.
Yeah.
Yeah. Israel, yeah.
Yeah, he's also one of those types. I will tell you, this guy. Even the way he speaks, nigga, it's
Just-
like, nah, nigga, you know you're a thug. You know you are a thug. You are typecast. This is what you were born to do.
they look like that was his real life, actually.
Yeah, no, yeah. This guy is thoroughbred.
R.I.P. Ray Liotta.
Oh, yeah. He just went out.
Yeah, he just passed away as well.
Hey, man.
Yeah, no, nigga, people will die out here on us. It is what it is.
And then while we're there, so what's good with Zahara B? Can somebody explain what's going on with Zahara?
When's again?
I saw she lost the house.
Lost the
Oh,
crib.
pelelo imali, ne?
But you are Joe. Like, let's face
Dude,
facts.
if you lose your house, I'm
allegedly.
starting to be an alcoholic the next day.
Nah, she was alcoholic before.
Okay, that's why she lost the house then.
Allegedly.
I think let's put that blanket of allegedly, like you said.
Wait, but then now
covers this whole conversation.
Yeah, the whole convo for
like everything we said for the
say.
last hour, like is alleged.
except for R. Kelly.
Yeah, well.
Until I see the penis going into the young vagina, I don't care.
Well, if you are there,
if I was there myself.
If there's like you got Baglendo, you got arrested and you went to prison, still allegedly.
Yeah, like
The other one, the other guy had a good lawyer.
you saw OJ.
Allegedly, dude.
Yeah.
He wrote a book saying, if I did it, no, that guy's a gangster.
If I did it, this is
This is how I would have done it.
So yeah, man. So Smooth came out because like it's now, you know, the uproar.
Wait, why is Boo coming on? Isn't he hugging trees? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, he's a tree hugger.
what is it?
No,
Boo hugs trees.
Like literally.
Literally, that sentence that I just said now. That's
So
what
like,
happens.
he's an environmentalist or
No,
he goes
no. Don't make it too smart. Boo hugs trees. Leave it there. There's no metaphor or anything.
I thought it was Spoo hugs trees. Taking it back to grade 1 shit. Like, hey, nigga, if you were in grade 1 and you heard this sentence, what would it mean?
Exactly. It means that now. Trees and plants. Dude, I have a video for you. I'll send it to you.
Right.
Hey, B. So yeah, like he came out and called bullshit. Like that he spent all Zahara's money. He'd still want to do music with her. And yeah, she should just stop being emotional and face the facts of reality and laugh. Yeah.
No, you know what? We've talked about this before. This whole label artist relationship and how artists are just poor at the business of music and all of that. And this catches up with them. Like everyone who was on TS, you can ask yourself right now, where are they? Brown Dash is dead. Pro Kid is dead. They both died paupers, by the way. Where's the guy Tando?
Probably dead as well.
Ntando, yeah.
I think he released a track recently.
And
Ntando?
these are very good artists. Like
And then the track is
Wasn't Ntando really that good,
Ntando
guys?
standard.
no, like it's good. It's good.
No, Ntando, like, look, yo, lo, yo. No, I can't hate on Ntando. Yeah, he did his thing, you know. Yeah, kind of who's this? Top of the brain, Bricks. Wasn't he supposed to come up with parole?
Oh yes.
Talking about rapists.
Yeah, and he did. He raped a mentally challenged
Imagine that
thing.
Like, okay, you see,
Speaking about that power dynamic again.
man,
Yeah.
like, but like, you can get any girl, like most of the girls in Mzansi that followed your Kwaito scene, you could actually get a willing
A willing and thing and do the most even.
and do the most.
Yeah, you know what, with these guys, man, I realized the psychology, and it's just cause we're guys at the end of the day, né? And this thing that Veli brought up is particularly important, that power dynamic. You literally want the thing that you cannot get or whatever type thing. You know what I mean? Like, firstly, it's a relative. Secondly, it's a young child. Thirdly, this person is
Mentally,
handicapped. And you're like, I want exactly that.
That's a hat trick.
Yeah, like, yeah.
No, dude. Like I remember I said to you, there's levels for me. That
no,
guy
like,
is.
it's-
You can't be celebrating that guy coming out of prison.
No, not
No.
that. But you know what it is? I guess there's a part of every person that is unwell in that sense or can lean in that direction. And I'm talking for guys. Wabona. And obviously, you make a decision, whether consciously or unconsciously, not to participate in X, Y, and Z. You're not sleeping with young girls. You're not looking for them and hunting for them in your car. You know what I mean? And for some, it comes more naturally than others. You know, we can take it for granted because it's like it's despicable behavior and all of that. And I'm not excusing it in any way. You know what I mean? But come out here, and this is what they do, and this is how they
No,
think.
guys don't do that.
Like these kind of guys.
Oh, okay.
No, not generally. And by the way, why do you put that thing on top of the Xbox? Like I always say, it must be
goddamn.
clear.
Oh, the 30 seconds.
Yeah, like there's a box on top of it.
Thanks, man. I was actually cleaning,
Like Nick,
so
you should see me in my
shouldn't
household
be
when
there.
someone has put something over there.
oh yo, yeah, nah, it's never supposed to be covered. Thanks, dog.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that. And then another one, Bonang. So she's now threatening to expose that guy named David Phillips, the owner of House of B&G. Apparently, he's horrible.
The deal went sour, basically.
Yeah, so now she's feeling.
Let's talk about the more important thing, Bonang's career.
Does she still have.
She tried to level up, went to the States, and I guess...
Wait, guys, what does Bonang do? Please tell me.
Okay, look, here's the thing about
I'm
Bonang.
serious. Like, I'm serious. What does
My
Bonang do?
first introduction to Bonang was on Live Amp, ne? Before it was Live Amp.
She was a contemporary.
She's
what-
a presenter.
Wasn't
Like,
she
Presenter.
on Yo TV or
No,
No,
she was
not
never
her
on
TV,
Yo
but
TV.
yeah.
Please put some
But-
respect on Yo TV, man.
but you
my
know
bad.
what? Then she was very good as a radio personality as well, right?
Okay.
She had
She
a
wasn't
show.
that good. I used to listen to her show. She
No, she
wasn't
was
that good.
followed. Like she was like
That doesn't mean you're good.
No,
but
her radio show was
she had
horrible.
ratings. She had ratings.
That doesn't mean you're good.
But here's my point. Anyway. Bonang's core skill, her core skill is essentially emceeing and hosting and presenting.
She sounds like that girl from Super Sport. What was this girl, man?
Who? Minnie Dlamini.
Not Minnie. There's another girl
Carol.
who sounds
Not
like
a
Carol.
rapper.
Carol.
She did
Manana.
an
Not a
impression
rapper.
of Carol Bonang. Listen to both of them. Don't they sound exactly the same when they talk?
You know what? I haven't listened to Karen in a while.
Listen to Carol. Carol was
Even-
the first one to
even-
do it.
even
Bonang
Bonang, I
sounds
don't-
exactly like her.
So anyway, Bonang, but that's what she's very good at. Ne? Like she can host summers effortlessly without dropping a joke.
I guess the standards in South Africa, yes.
Yeah, but she doesn't even have to crack jokes in between or
Exactly.
anything. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like she can do the hosting thing very well. That's her thing. That's her main skill.
Yeah.
So anyway, she tried to level up in America. I don't know what she was trying to do and what have you. And you can imagine staying that side with your team or whatever, dollars being spent, whatnot. And it didn't really pop off. She didn't really get whatever it is that she was supposed to be getting out of that. She comes back here. And you know how in SA we've got a culture of pulling people down and what have you.
Facts. Nasty C.
In reality, what she's supposed to do is start her hustle up back up again
And do what?
and keep doing what she was always done.
There's
you
like
know?
other people who are better than her. at
No,
that
there's
thing.
always someone better, dog. You know, like we've listened to rap music our whole lives, right? And there's niggas who go big and there's niggas who don't go as big, but they actually nicer or something. You know what I mean? It happens.
Like youngster
So
CPT.
she's
You guys are assuming that
She-
Bonang has a skill, right? That's why you're saying
she's
this.
good. She's good commercially. I'm telling you.
What?
No.
Doing what? You still haven't
So-
told me doing what?
A commercial artist. Like she's
Fuck is that? What is that?
No, I'm saying presenting and emceeing.
She started off
That's
at
not a skill.
Manhattan Fantasy Challenge, SABC 2. I was around about the time of Yo TV. My bad.
Was that
yeah.
like,
Exactly, not Yo TV.
Like
Not
dub,
Yo TV.
like with dub on.
What
Dub,
Dubadacious.
dub, 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 dub.
Dubadacious.
Wow. She was part of that.
Dub was a celeb, guys. Yo, Dub. Yeah, she
She
was.
think Dub would come back now and kill it more
Rest
than
in
Bonang.
peace, dub.
Yeah. Dub had quite the track.
Dude.
Dubadacious with Arthur Mafukate.
Hey,
Where's Arthur?
That's another one.
Arthur did his thing, man. You know,
Yeah, see, you're talking about people with talent.
you see Arthur when he sleeps with every female talent that comes into his label.
Yeah.
Dude, there's
And
some
we
people who
must
started
keep
label
quiet.
just to do that. Like, oh, I'm gonna get so
I'm
many
gonna
girls.
lace these chicken heads.
So yeah, man. Just part of the mid-year wrap up. So another one would be who are you guys listening to locally? Is there any hot and up and coming artists?
There's this guy, Mandis Junkie. I don't know if you guys have heard of him.
No.
That's like jazz, hossa music. locally, I think that's the only new local music I've recently jumped on. Also, I also just very recently jumped on Lindo, the vocalist.
Oh yeah, and wait. Is Lindo the vocalist the gay guy?
I don't know.
Now.
I don't know what he is. I know there was some time when he was hyped up, but I like to let music pass, like the fad phase, and then I jump on. And I was surprised. What's a song called? Ndiamba Nawe or Tanda Wena or some shit like that.
That doesn't sound like something we've had before.
Oh my bad. No. I'm mixing him with that guy. That's he came out eventually with some easy and shit like that.
Why do gay people come out, guys?
Or they must stay in the closet. What do you say?
No, if it's normal, why are you coming out? There's no straight person who's coming out. Yo, by the way, I'm straight.
I got they misled, Nick.
No, you gay. Why are you still coming out in 2022?
We've
You gay.
spoken about this. Even the clothing thing. Is it are you gay biologically or are you gay by
Gay is biological. You were born gay.
In the
Trans- I don't know, dude.
That's the thing. It's how they are about it. They are trying to figure themselves out, and society is already leaning on them.
But I think we've been through the gay thing. We get it now.
Yeah, no, I'm alright.
The gay, I don't see why gay people
right.
come out. Like if you're gay, like whatever, dude, try to be trans. I'll care more.
I don't wanna lie. Like you can be LGBTQ. I'm fine. I don't have any issue around.
You see, it was Pride Week not so long ago.
Oh yeah.
And then I think the spokespeople or the people who were involved, none of them was gay. So you get kicked out from the thing that you.
Yes.
The transgender people are stars and they're gangsters.
You know what happened
dude.
with Pride Week? You know what happened? Like World Cup, FIFA, right? They did the colors of LGBTQ community, right? And the World Cup is being held in Qatar, where they don't.
No, they don't do
They
that.
don't buy
anti
none
that
of this
shit.
shit. Like it was like, nah, niggas, we're not putting up any banners. We're not doing.
But in these Arab countries where if you come out as gay, they prefer you actually be trans.
Rather,
because if you become trans, you're gonna what is it called?
transform. What are you saying?
Decepticon.
You're gonna transition, right?
To what you.
Because when people see you, the surgery is there, they're actually more encouraged because you're gonna look like a woman. So they rather have you, a boy, become a woman. Because when you see them as a boy, then actually them explain that you actually like men.
Yeah, so you rather transform instead of being a Decepticon.
So the more people are doing that surgery, like the highest in the world, it's actually in that side.
Is it?
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, that's
The hate for gay is that big.
Is that deep?
It's that deep.
Like government is willing to say, actually, niggas,
You're women.
We're down with the T.
Oh shit! You said you were listening to Mandisa.
Yeah, Mandisa Dianki. It's very nuanced shit, man. Like, so it's like jazz, yes, Xhosa, basically. But it's interesting, very different stuff to listen to, and then also Mlindo the vocalist.
Mlindo the vocalist.
I haven't listened to him. I actually have to check him out. Yeah,
I actually must say you gotta jump
I think
on.
I listened to. Was he on radio? Because like I listened to Metro FM. I got Tivo Tachi show yake is the worst. Like he came back to radio, ruined radio.
yeah. I mean, he ruined his own.
Like nigga, how are you gonna? It's uban's cut. What I think it's about 3 to whatever. Man nigga, uqala ngegospel usidla ngo Benjamin Dube. And then right after that, now Kells. Or like a hardcore hip, like he's a very confused DJ. But anyway, the guy that I've been listening to is 25K. Peli Makaveli.
That guy, January.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Came out with that track, and I only realized this year that he's fire. Because his album that I got off Apple Music is so fire. That Peli Makaveli album, it's so fire. Now Skantala, Sintataka, mad. Wow, like he's got dope quotables.
Yeah.
Rekisa nyapa nchwaka ki game go tshwana le meme. Like he's got that angle of trap house and all of that, but like he does it to the T. Shout out to 25K, somebody to listen to Yeah.
Yeah, I've been going like a different direction too. I'm into house lately.
Yeah.
Like it remind when before hip hop, before I started listening to hip hop, I used to love house. I used to DJ with my friend. There's this guy called Gabana, South African.
Never heard of him.
Ah, my goodness. It's like, the house, when if I played for you, like, oh, this remind me when I was a kid type of house. And he released like an album this year. And then there's this other one, like a gospel, it's like a gospel house, house track. I forgot his name. No, it's Mzwesh. SA. And then the senior oat as well. Senior oat, like house songs. That's what I've been listening on now, South African. Because I tried the whole South African hip hop. I'm like, I'm too old for this shit. I told you guys I went to this Cotton Fest. And then I forgot this guy's name. But one thing I remember about that guy is that he came into the stage. I was like, who the fuck is this? And then he started rapping. The whole fucking crowd rapped to his lyrics. I didn't even know one
word. One chord in the song.
I get it, like you're the guy that comes
Not
from
even
me.
chorus.
Nothing. I have no idea who the fuck this nigga is. And he was like the most popular guy there.
Uveli was trying to relive his back to the city thing.
No, you can't do it better.
Dude, everyone was rapping this guy's lyrics. And I'm looking around like, what the? And then there was this other guy, Malum something. He started making people move left to right.
Okay, Malum
I didn't know.
Kuket.
Apparently, no, not Malum Kuket. I forgot this guy. I didn't know what he does that. So I'm chilling in the crowd because I'm in the middle of the crowd. And then the next thing is like, let's go right. And like, I'm being pushed. What the fuck?
You're basically holding your ground there.
Dude, there was
Whenever you're in a mosh pit, basically.
I mean, I'm like, I'm just gonna hear what this guy.
in a mosh pit.
The next thing, I'm moved left, I'm moved right, and then the next thing he's like, let's do it again. I'm like, fuck no, I'm going back.
What's with this aerobics class all of a sudden?
That guy almost caused a stampede. I forgot his name. I know my cousin loves him. I forgot his name. The nigga almost caused a stampede.
No, the game changes, man. You know, like when I was doing rap and stuff like that. Back in the cut, if you knew Velo to your shit is not known, né? Even if it's known, you would start a set by teaching the audience the chorus. You know?
Yeah.
Just a young, okay, when I say whatever, you say this, you know what I mean? So niggas know, okay, we're coming up to that moment, sharp. Then you kick your song, the chorus comes in, it clicks with the audience, and you're kicking height, you know what I mean? Now it's like, okay, to the left.
Dude, to the right. I think the person that I knew, Stogie T, came through. I think he performed like earlier on, and then he was telling the crowd like, okay, we're gonna do the song. And he played some random song. No one knew what the fuck that was. And he was like, so this is not the one. Okay, this might be the one. And then he started rapping another song like no one knew. He was like, oh, okay, cool. I think you know which one is it. And he left that song with MT and what's that song?
Oh,
yeah. And
Yeah.
then he didn't even rap the song. And he just walked off stage. He just left it playing and everybody started rapping. I'm like, that's how you do things these days.
Wow.
By any means.
Yeah,
Featuring
he just
MT
left it playing and then he just walked off the stage.
MT,
He
do you know
didn't
about
kick
this?
his
Now
verse.
it's like, you guys know the song, I'm not gonna rap it. I'm like, motherfucker, I
Like,
paid for this.
nigga, to come and play.
Dude, he just like played a fucking USB stick song.
You remind,
Wow.
me, you remind me of Cannabis. He once came to SA and he played. He was at baseline and he used an Apple, the iPod back then, to shuffle through. Really? Like South Africans never forgot. B. Like it was like my nigga.
You know,
He
Kenneth
landed
was a
with an
disappointment. You know, the worst thing about that concert, I see the songs, the music. Like I did not know half of those artists and everybody was going crazy over them. The worst thing when I realized, Aguti, life has changed. You know, you get like different bars where you can all go buy alcohol. Most of the ones that I was going through was like, 5 seconds. Oh, yeah, I want this. I want some mix this. Yeah, good. And then my cousin's like, I want some Jaeger. Like, cool. Where do I buy Jaeger? There's like a Jaeger bar. Dude, it was like packed like a mother. Like all these youngins
These
were
youngins
all
nowadays
there.
with Jaeger, bro.
Jaeger
Like
bar.
Jaeger
Dude,
is the
I
thing
found out a
nowadays,
cocktail
bro.
with Jaeger. I actually mixed it up for Tawani the other day. I'm like, dude, take Jaeger, put some ice in it, take like shots, whatever number of shots you want on Jaeger, and mix it with Stony. Kick that shit.
Wow.
Dude.
No, dog, like apparently like Jaeger is big. Like with the youngins nowadays, Jaeger.
Dude, you go to a club
You
now
never
these
go
days,
wrong
they
with
bring out
Jaeger.
like sparkles with Jaeger. I once saw it. I'm like, what the fuck? A Jaeger?
Jaeger, like coffee mixture, me.
Yes,
Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Sparkles. The girls come. You know those sparkle girls? They came through with the Jaeger.
It's a COVID thing. It's flu medication.
No, but when I got those cocktails, when they mix it for me, I'm like, wow. This is actually
It was
pretty good.
legit
No, dude, it's
taste, yeah.
legit.
No,
Even
I'm
to
gonna
this
try
day,
it
I
out.
have Jaeger at my house and I have a Stony. When I want to kick it, I just mix those two.
Checks the dwarf there next to Casper. Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, man, comfortable there.
Remember when Casper had a Lipondo?
Yeah, like a long ass ponytail.
What was that? What was that?
Do you think when he cut it off, he put it somewhere, or like did he throw it away normally, or
Probably framed
Framed
it.
it.
He framed it. If you go to his house now, you'll find it there. Oh, I see the dwarf there. He's holding a Heineken. What's that?
Mad comfortable on the door there.
yeah? And he's like,
I mean, he's not breaking the car.
he's chilling. He's chilling. He's actually sitting there like he's on a platform. He's not even needing anyone for balance.
So while we're on this arts and culture tip, so 22 million rand flag.
Oh,
Is that still happening? Because I saw the president started laughing. Like,
No.
nah, I told him to cut that shit.
they had to take a step back. Hey man, not him Tetwa, no man.
I was about to mention that guy's
Oh
name.
my
Guys,
God.
like, is this guy Shankeni?
He just goes through the motions of the job, gets his paycheck. Like that portfolio's got no stress.
Dude.
Like the arts and culture scene could die under his watch, and this nigga will be like, when's payday again?
But what does the arts and culture do in South Africa?
Like they do like like for example, they do like like the in Sandton City, let's say for example, that Mandela statue.
That's them.
That's supposed to be them. So the ones that they do in like Mpumalanga, like clay, it's a Winnie Mandela, it's a clay statue, and they spent about like 15 million on it. And it looks horrible, P. Like those things.
Mama of the country.
Yeah, number two, they're supposed to be supporting the artists.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was thinking about that as well.
They're supposed to be actually the buccaneering backbone of gigs, for example. But I don't think that. I'm sure. Bazonika abantu abanjengabo Shimza.
Yeah, you have to be connected.
Maybe be connected.
You have to be connected. What about when the culture component? Excuse me. You've got a variety of cultures in SA. Some that are, I guess, the ones that are indigenous to us. You know, the Xhosas, the Zulus, the Tswanas, Sothos, etc. You know what I mean? How about bringing those things to the fore, nigga? Like, bring them much more to the fore. As in, like, we're talking all universities as a medium should be able to offer indigenous language studies, basically. Like, you can study in Sotho, or you can study in Tswana or whatever, and write your dissertation in that language. If Kaboti, yeah, that's your preferred. There is that in Afrikaans in this country, but it's not around in other languages.
Yeah.
You know, so those little things, I would think they should also be playing a little bit of a role, but they are busy ngama flag.
My flag. Like nhlulwe ilokhunja, bashulwe
You remember when
ioranje.
they were hollering at him and you're still trying to defend him? He's like, no, but it's glow in the dark, Bafetu.
He said the 22 million gonna glow in the dark.
Wait till you see this shit in the dark, nigga. Like, that's what he said.
Like, you guys are
Like, wait till
complaining
you see
now.
that night.
Wait until it's done. You be like, okay, we get why it's 22 mil.
My nigga, apparently like to maintain the biggest South African flag is about 2 million a year or something.
2
like that,
million?
some stupid shit like
Wait,
that.
where is this flag?
I don't know, but
Yeah,
apparently
I saw that in the article.
No,
Yeah,
you know-
I saw that. I was like, this
But you
flag,
know, if there's one thing that I want
like
to
if I was a car washing guy, like I would wash
Nah.
flags, nigga. Like, yeah, Karen.
if it is one thing in South Africa that if we had to spend a lot of money in, I wouldn't mind a flag. Like we don't have this whole patriotism in South Africa. Like we're South Africans and we're proud of it. I think we had it 2010. Remember when we had our cars with our flags on the land? We don't have.
the flag thing.
review
on the,
list.
Yes, exactly. Like we were so proud to be in South Africa. We don't have that
Sadness.
shit anymore. Like it's one thing that South Africans actually lost.
we generally, you know what? If you've got people who like, you know, that whole die for your country thing that Americans.
Nah, we don't have that in South Africa.
Like,
No,
Nah,
I mean,
I'm not dying for South Africa.
Like, stick a flag out of your home type
Nah.
patriotism.
Dude, nah.
Dude,
We're,
now-
we're not that type.
we go to social media. South African women are saying South African men ain't shit.
yeah.
As
know
we
what?
speak right now, I can go to Twitter. There's gonna be someone who posting that shit now, like South African men ain't
no,
shit.
Those are
guaranteed.
facts.
You know what? No, I don't. You know, I'll take it from this angle that I know in my household, I'm a freaking provider, right? I
sole
fucking
provider.
break my back providing for my family.
On 50s.
Remember what I was saying on Twitter, how the shit that is stupid gets elevated somehow, and the one honest black man who's working, or the 15 honest black men who are working, you'll never hear from them. You know?
Yeah, you don't have time for Twitter.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares for you, or you also don't have time to be posting counter argument, but whatever. You know what I mean? So as long as you're doing good by you, the discourse is such that it'll affect those who consume it and take it as fact. You know what I mean? We know for ourselves what the real truth is. Like the real truth about the English Premier League this season. Right? Arsenal deserved more.
I'll never agree with that statement. Arsenal always deserve what they get.
I do not agree with that statement.
Arsenal always deserves what they get. If Arsenal gets
Just a
relegated,
little more.
you know, if you hear one day you wake up from a coma, like Arsenal got relegated, you're like, of course. It was bound to happen.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, like in Premier League as a Chelsea supporter, nigga, like with all that the team went through. Shout out to them, motherfuckers.
Did the guy actually sold the team?
Yeah, the team is officially sold now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Shout out to
I thought it was like, man, they'll just get over it at some point.
No, it's war against Ukraine.
Yeah,
Jesus.
And just going back to what you were talking about there, and I think I've mentioned this before. War, Ukraine versus Russia, they're starting to get civilians to get in. In SA, try and imagine that.
Nah.
Like, nigga, fuck you guys. Until I see you.
You guys wanted to build a flag for 22 million. I'm not fighting.
I'm not fighting for y'all.
We'd rather hire Cubans to come fight for us or something like
We hired Cubans to fight Corona.
Like,
Yeah,
we
it was
would
hire the
rather.
Cubans.
Like, what is that Cuban deal about? How far does it extend? Like,
If I can ask a South African, please point me where Cuba is. No one knows.
So, Ghana, who's this? While we were on that Prince Charles and shit like that, so you also mid-year wrap-up. Earlier on this year, was it Barbados that denounced themselves of the British?
the British Empire.
They should have, man. Even Canada, not Canada, Jamaica should do the same thing as well.
Jamaica, they traveled to Jamaica. Abo Prince what?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's this? Meghan Markle.
Yeah, they traveled and so like my thing is like, okay, so y'all gonna just fly all the way to go and apologize for slavery?
Hey, someone has to start the conversation.
But that's it.
But that's the thing. They're sitting there in the Tower of London with the crown jewels and all that shit, and they're not going to return them to Africa.
Yeah, can we have our artifacts back?
They know that those diamonds belong to SA, for example.
Even the
That
artworks, the statues,
Yes.
the sculptures, all of that. Can we have our shit back?
They will not return it, and that's why it's like it's half compensation, half whatever. Like, oh no, nigga, let's host the Commonwealth Games just in memory of.
You are part of it as well.
Yeah, like you know what it is. Like little pleasantries, but they don't really make a difference in the bigger scheme of things.
Yeah, they don't. In fact, even if they bring those statues and everything, what's
Like
the
what the
difference?
fuck, nigga?
They still own everything.
You already put us on the back foot,
They still own
and
everything.
you're never letting us come back on.
Well, you see now that's where a Natim Teto should be intervening, so that you can boost the arts and culture. Yeah, Laim Zanzi. So that if somebody wants to see that rhino gold, they have to come here.
I'm willing to go on record and say Natim Tetwa works 4 hours a week.
No, those are facts.
For his output.
No, Unatim Teto is not doing anything.
You
Like
know, like-
Outlander, and he's not the right guy for this. And by the way, Joe, just because you're wearing glasses doesn't mean you're smart, dog.
Yeah, taking shots. I wear glasses.
Just
like,
out
what
of
the
the
fuck?
blue. I'm not talking to you, my nigga. You remind me of Kanye West in this interview he had with Shyamalan, the God. He was on the breakfast show there.
Charlemagne.
Charlemagne, ne? Yeah.
Shyamalan, same shit, dude.
And Charlemagne makes he tells Kanye talks his shit, and Charlemagne starts his shit. You know how he is.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, hey, but your last album was garbage, though. Kanye West is sitting adjacent to him, and he starts facing that direction. He's like, look, I don't need none of that positive energy right now. All I'm doing right now is trying to do me. And he starts talking, but like you can see it's like this passive aggressive thing going on between them. And this guy Charlemagne will do that shit to niggas.
No, that's his thing.
Like,
No, that's
he
his
just
thing.
triggers niggas.
That's his
That's
thing.
his
Which other artist? There was a guy that landed there.
Wait a minute, didn't you get smacked by the baby or whatever? Is it baby, ne?
Is it?
Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't.
Oh
be
no,
surprised.
When I think the baby wanted to smack him or he got smacked.
when Gunna, who's this guy? Birdman.
Badman, yes, Badman. It is
Landed at
baby.
the studio.
His
Yeah,
name is
Baby,
baby
yeah.
as well. I mean, I
When
was
he
still
landed at the studio. Now again, like the
It comes
2000s
down
don't
to,
know. Baby.
what do you want to call this grown man?
I
No.
call him baby. He chose. He's the one who
He's
chose.
the one
that
who's like,
name.
yeah, just call me baby.
I'm just against Lama 2000. They don't know. They don't know the Big Timers
He's
album.
doing it for the culture.
Yeah,
man.
you know, they don't know the Big Timers album, with Manny Fresh.
By the way, how good is Aries? Just quickly.
He's okay.
I've never heard his stuff.
For
like
my side,
mix.
so if ever you were to ask me, so who should I listen to? Who's trying to like raise the torch as of late in the hip hop scene in Mzansi? Nasty Sina, Aries, yes. So Aries is not a commercial artist. He's just one of those guys who kick like rap,
Yeah.
but he just so happened to become famous because he was under ambitious. But in terms of the commercial ability, he's not a commercial
He's not the
guy.
commercial cat. Okay.
This sounds like Nati trying to convince me that the flag cost 22 million.
You know what I mean?
This nigga is commercial. Like,
as long as we're talking, let me take it back or into this comedy thing, guys. Do you guys have comedians that are your favorites locally?
locally,
Top 5?
top 5. It's going to be old school guys.
Yeah, anyone.
Kagiso obviously for me is number 1.
You like Kagiso,
I like the way he pronounces thing. Like this guy doesn't even have to say a punchline. It's just funny the way he just talks.
He's okay, yeah.
And then David, obviously.
Yeah.
Skumba. I like Skumba. Skumba is like that guy like you be chilling with. Actually, I've met Skumba once in person, and we bought alcohol for him because I don't know, he was broke, whatever. But we bought at Taboo. I think not Taboo, it was a Cocoon. They were performing that Cocoon. I think we met him. Like, he was a cool guy. Like, but he was drunk as a mother that day. We bought him alcohol.
Is he funny? Like, I've never
Even when you talk to him in real life, he's one of the he was
He's
actually
these
funny.
guys,
He was actually funny.
Like, I've heard he's deadly funny, and I've never actually heard a single set of his. Like, at Nix.
He said he's one of those guys who can be funny. Like, we're sitting now on a podcast and then he just comes up with something out of nowhere. It's not a bit. It's just observation. That guy is actually funny.
I actually noted from watching MacGyver's podcast where they were interviewing Paul Pops.
Yeah.
You were saying that they were like, okay, these roasts, are they staged or what? Are they rehearsed? And he's like, yes. But then you get a skumba.
Yeah. Do you remember his roast when he was roasting who's this chick? Unsi. Oh my God.
So they're like people like Skumba are gonna go. They're gonna go with the vibe on the day, on the recording.
I don't think that guy was reading
and the
the
person is gonna
teleprompter.
start hearing jibes that they didn't know were coming their way, and they're gonna get touched. And that's why people react the way they react.
That was Kumba went at that chick. Like, I don't think he was reading the.
Yeah, no, he was.
He went at her. You went at her.
That's the one time I've heard him and his stuff. Yeah, but like generally, I went to Black's only recently.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? I went to it a few years back, and I laughed more a few years back. I feel like these guys are still getting into a rhythm of stand-up.
No, they're trying to be
again.
safe now. Like, being
Is
a
it?
comedian. Yeah, I mean, you can't just be.
'Cause, you know what? They were funny, but it wasn't. Man, I've never laughed like I need to get on my knees and hold my stomach and look into the sky and laugh. Like,
When was the last time a comedian made you laugh like that? Like, oh my
like,
God.
nigga, I might urinate myself right
Yeah,
now.
what comedian made you laugh like that?
You know what? I've got comedians. Okay, let me tell you about comedians I really like locally, ne?
Dave Chappelle, that's
I've
who
got
make me.
KG, ne? Paul Pops,
Yeah.
Dylan Oliphant. I don't know
Okay.
if you've ever
I
heard
know
him.
him. Yeah.
I'll tell you something about him. And then Loiso Mandingwe.
I was gonna say Kola. Loiso Kola to me, I used to hate Loiso
No,
Kola.
he's improved greatly.
He's way better now.
You know what I think is the case? And I don't know Loiso, but his brother,
I've met
he's got a
Loiso.
brother called Lazola.
I know him as well. Yeah.
Lazola is very good at writing jokes.
You think he's the one who's
But
writing the
his
jokes?
delivery is not as good.
You think they're like family?
Loiso knows how to deliver a
He's
joke.
good.
Yeah. Loiso's improved in leaps and bounds. I swear, I think personally that Les writes jokes for Loiso.
I wouldn't actually. I wouldn't actually think you're lying.
I would say 50-50. Maybe they write them together. I don't care. Eh? But anyway, the comedian who maybe has made me have the loudest laugh in recent times is Lois or Mandingwe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good. He's
There's
good.
another guy called Sia. I don't know if you know him. He's
Sia.
like a closer guy with 2 missing front teeth. And he always comes across as drunk.
No, I don't know him.
Okay, yeah, no, but he's quite
Kosa
good.
is always strong. I mean, Kosa is always
It is what it is.
Mad bias.
But anyway, so one time I went to a open mic, right? And what's his name is performing? Dylan Oliphant. I don't know if I've told the story before. But anyway, he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, Moroga, right? And he's like, what's your father's name? And I'm like, what? So I'm like, thinking to myself, what is he asking me really? And he's like, is it Archie? Yeah. And he's like, no, man, I'm kidding, man. That joke has been going on for generations.
he
He saw me in the crowd. They're like, yeah, like I was like, what the fuck, nigga?
That is dope.
I was like, nah, nigga, you're going in the book.
That is
like,
dope. That is dope.
Yeah, like I was just like, and like, you know, you can imagine how random it is. I'm at this. I've never been to another thing open mic before. But
No, that is dope.
since
Like you
then,
just came up with that from the spot. No, that's
right
dope.
there on
Yeah.
the spot.
Actually, the reason why I like Loiso, I watched his last was stand up on Netflix where he was talking about trying to unlearn things.
Oh yes,
Yeah, we've seen that one.
Yes.
We're talking about why wine glasses like that, and then like when he went to some, I think it was Switzerland or whatever, he saw poor white people and to him it didn't register because white people are not so supposed to be poor. I mean, poor is for blacks, and it's like he had to unlearn that poor doesn't equal black.
Yeah,
Like it just happened from where you came from. Yeah, actually, Loiso Kola for me. Yeah. I used to hate that LNN news. Like that nigga used to piss me off.
he wasn't that nice then.
I don't think he did it the right way. The LNN news. It could have been something better.
Could have been way better. You know, I actually liked them. There was this one time me and Tabani went to a club in Bram and then he showed up. And then he was like friends with Tabani.
That
Like,
nigga mad
dude,
tall.
like it was like
a mad tall nigga.
dude, he was so nice to Tabani, the guy in a wheelchair. Like, oh my goodness, what do you want? What do you want to drink? I'm like, this is actually a cool guy.
No,
He's not that bad.
No, these guys, they generally like niggas if you get to know them.
Yeah.
Right? I know a friend of mine who knows Loiso himself, right? Whatever. These guys are just people, man. You know what I mean? Paul Pops, all of these guys are
Paul
approachable.
Pops is also funny. Like, I'm trying to think, should I put him on my top 5? Because I have 4 already. Should I put him on my top 5?
He's nice, dog.
I'm gonna-
you know
I'm
a guy
gonna-
who's gonna fall out of your top 5 that should be sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
no problem. Fall out of the top 5.
Who should be there is Rodney. You know, Alomidom.
That's number 1. My name is Lamidom. Side pocket. When I do one thing, oh, side pocket.
Side pocket.
Side pocket is my nigga, man.
Chester missing. I would add him there.
Nah, I'm good. No.
You know what I do? You know what I do in comedy? I sometimes just separate the white guys from the black guys. I know it's not supposed to be the
I
case.
hate like these
No.
white guys who try to do a whole black thing and then make it funny. I hate them. It's like Leon Schuster. That's why I can't stand Leon Schuster.
No,
I can't,
the
no.
side that I'm adding Chester missing is that he's the only guy that's on
Only puppet.
the only puppet. Yeah, and you can't do anything to him.
And he's
Like
on
you can say anything.
and he's
like,
on political commentary and stuff.
hard.
But then the
Like,
thing
and you
is-
can't do
but then
anything
the
to
thing
him because
is,
it's a
is
puppet.
when you start thinking about like it's actually a white guy saying all of this
Yeah,
shit.
it
That's
is.
why I hate it. Like no,
No, you
No.
kind of gotta lean in. But I
Well, like the thing is, why I wouldn't write him off is because you can't write off Shapiro.
yeah.
but is he still doing his thing, Shapiro, even now?
Hard. His Instagram page is the hardest.
So he's not doing it on Sunday Times.
Yeah, it was Sunday Science back then.
He does it with whichever source wants to partner with
Whoever
him.
wants to pay, yeah.
But he just
He
keeps
just drops these
dropping
things.
on
But I never saw him as like comedy.
You know
mad
what?
satire.
You know what? I'll tell you something. I've gotten into comic writing, and that thing that he does is a very strong skill.
Yeah,
Because
like it's yeah.
You're trying to capture something in a satirical fashion, I guess, but within a frame.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Satire is
You're right. Yeah,
hard.
actually
That's why,
good.
like, I
Within
add
one
these
frame.
guys. Satire is very hard.
Like these guys that I'm partnering with around comics, like, okay, nigga, we need like 6-8 frames, and then we can carry out the joke that is in the comic. You know what I mean? One frame, the whole joke, please, right now. Like the whole story without making it convoluted and whatnot. And that thing is difficult. Never
but-
mind the art.
But
of
his go-to is very easy. I mean, if you're gonna make fun of politicians,
Zuma.
I mean,
no, they do lean
you
in
must do like Casper in your vest.
and then see what
Yeah.
they'll cancel it. nigga. Like,
I want him to see something that difficult, or someone who's very beloved in South Africa. Who's the most beloved person in South Africa?
I was gonna say Winnie Mandela. But
No, alive, not dead.
dead or alive? Okay, alive, right?
Alive.
Who is the nation's sweetheart, Bafowethu?
Exactly. Who?
Who do we give a fuck about? Like, nah, not this person.
Hey, man.
Not this person.
It's really hard to think of.
Hard,
shit,
ne?
man.
It doesn't. I don't think there's a person.
We're haters, nigga. Like,
Yeah, we are.
No, some hater. Limes aren't some hater.
Hey, we're fucking haters. Yes,
we can't come
like,
up
we
with
don't
an answer,
We don't
shit.
have a, we don't have,
Asimfuni unastisi.
we don't have a darling. We don't
No,
have a darling.
Narcissi did that album called what? What was that last album? Zulu what? What was
Zulu
it?
man with
Nah,
power.
get the fuck out of here.
Poverty.
Even Umsawawa is not a darling.
Is he still alive?
Babe.
Yeah, he's alive. He's old now. It's like, nigga, get a job. jumping out of sports bags. Yeah,
In
back in-
Zambia as well. He and his friend.
What about Kagiso D. Mohadi? KG Comics. He's also at, he features at the Black Comedy.
Wait, KG, the one with the hair, ne?
Yeah.
No, I
with the
mentioned
hair.
he's in my top 5.
This guy is
So you say
funny.
you say KG now.
Oh, yeah,
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 this
yeah.
guy's fuck
This
funny.
guy's fucking funny.
I remember him making some joke about, he was broke at one time and then he ended up signing up for Capitec. So he's mocking Capitec now. And he's like, Capitec is not like other banks, guys. Like in other banks, you have to show up and present yourself neatly and whatnot. I go Capitec, he walks in, up 20 pie, molito it is whatever. Like,
No,
nigga.
Capitec is for the people. Man.
Like
No, it's for the people.
At the Black Comedy where he made the joke about just after Listeriosis hits, man.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like you should have seen the Kasi.
He's got polony
People.
jokes. That guy's got jokes about
Dude,
cheese.
like the roses happen. It's like, really? We thought it was worse than
It was
this.
like the panic, Kokasi.
You know, no one panicked the cars. When he had Lester Roses, like we thought it was worse than this. So we always got sick, but we never had a name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
Now we know it's the Lester Roses.
That's what we were suffering from.
Exactly, Lester Roses, man.
Hey, man. So, yeah.
Jesus, we literally kicked this whole thing, this whole cognac bottle.
Shout out to Biscay. This podcast is sponsored by Biscay.
Yeah, the words coming out right now are
Double
proudly
shade.
sponsored by Biscay.
These guys are
Cognac.
drinking brandy, guys. See brandy.
You know what? I was still talking about these comics, ne? Like especially internationally, I separate them.
Yo, can I hear it as well?
I separate them black to white.
Actually, let's do top 5 international.
International, black. Ne?
Yo, nigga, you pour that shit like you colored.
Now we're pouring.
Yeah, 2 fingers, nyana.
Dude,
Yeah,
we're pouring.
you know how far Brakpan is, dude.
So black, ne? I've got. Actually, let me start with the white list. I've got Jimmy Carr, Mitch Hedberg.
Jimmy Carr, do you enjoy his love?
No, the laugh is stupid, man. It's but he's killer with the one-liners. You know
No,
what I mean?
he is.
And
He is.
Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
dead
know
now.
Mitch. I don't know Mitch Hedberg.
He's dead now, and he had a deadpan delivery. But yeah, you look him up. You'll see his shit. It's like the emphatic tabs of comedy. It's like, nigga, are you even
Emphatic
here?
tabs of comedy.
Like, he's like spaced out, but he's not. Hey, you know what? It was one of those things with thanks, man. So it's Jimmy Carr, Mitch Hedberg, Ricky Gervais.
Ricky
Gervais,
Gervais, he's
yeah.
also on my top 5. Yeah.
Yes, Neil Brennan. Those are my 4.
I don't like Neil Brennan. He looks like an asshole to me.
The one who used to ride with Dave
Yeah,
Chappelle.
he still looks like an asshole to
He
me.
looks like an asshole, but
He is an
but
asshole.
Have you seen 3 mics on Netflix?
I don't care. He's an
yeah,
asshole.
you gotta watch it, dog.
I hate Nick Brennan. I don't know. I think I watched something and he said a joke. I was like,
No, dog, you gotta watch him, dog. Like, he's good.
But
he's
then,
good.
if Nick, for me, Nick Brennan is like this Dave Chappelle, dude.
Who's the guy who used to host the? No, but that's what I'm saying. Whites.
Oh, Whites.
Whites. Yeah. But anyway, who's the guy who used to host the Daily Show before?
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
I didn't know Jon Stewart was that funny until I saw him at Dave Chappelle's appreciation show.
He never watched Daily Show before Casper.
Before Trevor.
Trevor, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy, Jon Stewart, is like, they're doing some thing. Dave Chappelle won the Mark Twain Award. And he's like...
I remember that. I actually watched that. I remember that.
You saw that thing? Yeah, remember that joke?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I raised your money like it was my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, I didn't know he was that funny. So anyway, Black Comics. Bernie Mac.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
The list is getting more precarious as I
Yeah,
go down
'cause,
it.
I mean, he got smacked in the face. I mean,
Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin definitely
Eddie Griffin is good.
Definitely there.
And then there's a guy called Tony Woods.
I know Tony Woods.
Tony
Okay.
Woods. That's my 5.
And yours, Sabta?
Just on the white side, who's that cat, man? Is it Bill Burr?
Bill Burr.
yeah, I
Oh,
see
my
Bill
goodness. That's number 1 for me.
I see Bill Burr.
He's 1 and 2. I like that guy. That guy is like one of those
guy is
guys. We're sitting here, he'll find something and then he's just gonna make it.
It's because he's got a
bit.
black wife. And we're carrying on.
You know, people
guy,
used to
like-
accuse him of racism.
Is it? Oh.
And that F is for family.
It's him.
It's him.
Yeah, it's Bill Burr.
The comedy, the cartoon.
I like I like angry comedians.
Yeah, angry comedians are funny. So yeah, like I agree with your top 5. I don't know if top 5 is limiting, but yeah, those are my all time. From the black side also. So yeah, man, yeah, I wouldn't really subtract, or maybe I can add, but yeah, all those.
Yeah, no, Bill Burr is the best. For me, it's him. I'm not gonna list him like who's number 1. It's Bill. It's Louis Black, angry comedian. It's George Carlin,
George Cullen.
angry comedian as well. Oh my goodness, George Carlin is this guy who's gonna tell you about being, how capitalism is ain't shit.
Yeah.
That type of comedian. Like he's brilliant. Another white guy, Jon Stewart. I like Jon Stewart, and I like John. Who's this guy who hosts the show at HBO from England? It's also, his name is John Oliver.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
John Oliver. I also like John Oliver. I probably forgot other white.
Do you guys know a white comedian called Norm MacDonald?
Norm is my nigga. Like
Ah, shit. I forgot about
Norm,
it. As you're
Norm
mentioning
is
these
my
guys,
nigga. Norm is my nigga. Like, I think he went to this show. It's like he was talking shit, and then this one of the other guests came through, and because he was talking shit about everything, and then this girl is like, "Oh, we making a movie. It's called Board like as in chairman of the board."
Yeah.
Like, and then there's like, okay, Norm, are you gonna say some shit about this? Like, oh, I think board is spelled as BORED. Yeah, no was a shit, dude.
No was and you know what? This is why I have to draw a line between these guys, because it's a different kind of funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Is it
It is.
biscuit? Is it biscuit? Is
Nah,
it
just-
biscuit?
I don't know.
packet.
Yeah, biscuit.
I'm a biscuit.
Yeah, I just felt like we.
This
need
is
the
brought to
promo.
you by Mari Biscuits. Remember
Wow.
Mari Biscuits?
Yes, yeah.
Shit.
Did you
There
know
was like thousands of them in that pack.
Yeah.
And then Maba Kerisa wanna like give you like 5 of them. Like, don't worry, the rest of the other million you'll find it when you come back from school.
Exactly. No, hey, man. Hey, hey, you know what? I even always tell people I'm a biscuitarian, you know? Like, nigga, me and biscuits. Fuck, nigga. Like, I don't know if these niggas invented this shit knowing I was coming through or what.
Wait, man, is the Mara biscuit where there was that ad?
With a baker's man.
Yeah, baker's man, and
he was pouring
the hose.
Yes, exactly. And no such biscuit exists. Like,
No,
nigga,
my God.
Like, nigga, no one puts a dab of whatever you put there. Bastard. So, yeah, no. You know what?
Shit.
Yeah, no, man. You know what? I eat biscuits by the sleeve. I'm a connoisseur of biscuits.
Dude, what's your favorite? Like, you know, the old school top 5. You know, you had like the mix assorted.
There was mix assorted.
And then
Always
you
jump
get-
for the chocolate
And
one.
you get the lemon cream.
Yes.
You get the it's some more.
A classic.
Get that, yeah.
You know,
that,
okay, I'll tell you yeah, I'm picky about it, but yeah, I see choice assorted, right? These things need to be in separate packs because everything tastes like each other. Like everybody's been having a biscuit orgy inside the box.
What was like the
So the top for me,
number 1?
you know what? You can never. I've seen they've recently added. There were Romani creams. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can never go wrong with Romani creams. Then you've got lemon creams, as you mentioned.
There has to be number 1, dude.
Eat some more.
Eat some more was number 1, dude.
And then
The shortbread.
strawberry
Ah.
twirls.
Okay.
Hello?
That one.
Okay.
That one for me. I'm for no go after that. Like I'm good.
Are you expecting anyone at the gate?
I'm good.
Who are you expecting? No, because I just hung up. Are you expecting anyone?
Why did you hang up? So, if I had to pick a fifth, maybe it would be. You remember that tin-foiled?
Oh, the one that you had to
chocolate
open it. It
with
is
the
like
ginger
chocolate. Oh
inside,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit. I used to love like Oreos is like very new school.
Yeah,
We
no.
never had Oreos
You're
anymore.
not
Yeah.
gonna find an Oreos in a choice assorted.
I don't know your school that you went to. I remember my school because it was like a Gasa school. We used to buy the shortbread. Like I want to eat some more, but then the homemade ones.
Okay.
Oh my God. Like they'll break it down. Oh my
Yeah, no shortbread.
goodness.
Yeah. Shortbread is for life. What's really good?
My goodness. Where the hell? This nigga's still alive. The last time I saw you, dude, like I saw statuses on Instagram and WhatsApp. You living the life.
8,000.
My chick.
Dude, it's been a minute, dude. Oh, dude. Hey, you are tall now, dude. Like you.
Aibo. Not to shape growth spurt like since you last saw him.
Dude, I haven't seen this guy. The last time I saw him, I almost died. It wasn't his fault.
When's
but-
in? In fact,
I was in a car accident. That wasn't his fault, but that was 2018. It's been
Yeah.
4 years, right?
Hi, gents. Let's call it.
Let's finish it off. Yeah, the last thing that we're gonna say, like
last
Itzamo is like the king of biscuits.
It's some more.
Itzamo is like the king of biscuits. Like
biscuits.
Itzamo was like those privileged shit that you had to earn your way to get them. You don't just have go home and then
That's
there's like
facts.
Itzamo.
Nah, you can't just land at home and there's just some bakers eat some mores.
No, I know. Actually, I'm lying. The best way, you know, when you go to a funeral
Yes.
and then they prepare the first ones, the first batch.
Okay.
What do they call them? I'm a scones.
I'm
Yeah,
scones, right?
scones.
Yeah. The first batch. You need the first batch.
Makeke.
Do you know what I like more than the first batch? The crumbs at the end when everything is left.
You sound like those kids who
Like,
used to steal
nigga.
this shit. Like you're waiting until they finish.
Like me, I finished this shit and I'm gonna you like dombolo it
Dude,
up into something.
When I remember in Soweto, they used to do this thing where, you know, when they fry fish, they'll, like, you know, when we eat chicken, we eat the whole thing. We don't just eat the breast and the thigh, and there's also a head, the neck, ngingila.
If
Yeah.
we could eat feathers, we would.
They used to do the same thing with fish. Fish, you know, fish bone.
Yeah.
They'll fry that shit. It was like the shit. You go buy that shit, and then whatever is left with the because it's flour, you get like the crumbs, the fried crumbs, and then they used to sell that shit, like put it in the plastic and then she sell it for you. Used to be the best shit ever, dude.
I've got a, you know, I like black people are like that. We can create luxury out of nothing. Like nigga, in SA, if there's one thing we need to do as black people, we need to reassess our stance on poverty. We wear it too well. There's too much of a dignity and poise in our poverty as compared to what white people and impoverished look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Though.
Like we really
That's
just
right.
wear it well. Like we can create luxury out of the blue.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's true.
That's sounding like facts.
Because if you think about it, spike course is actually poverty food. Anyway, with that.
All right, this caller has said, "Tata ma drugs akho."
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody.
Thank you.
This show is
But this is for when
sponsored
if
by
we went
Energy.
to actually gym. And actually, this is late for me to have energy. Like, I needed energy like earlier on
This is
today.
proudly sponsored.
No.
The segment is proudly sponsored by Future Life High Energy Strawberry Crunch Flavor Bar.
Yeah, no one needs energy right
You know
now.
what people don't check?
Well, that
Do
was
you think it's all healthy?
Perfect
until you look at
execution.
the sugar content?
Like,
I like how you bought us something that is
On
not
a
healthy and you gave it to all of
When
us.
I went and I looked at the sugar
I thought
content. That's
it's
why I
like
gave it to
high
you.
energy. High
Wow.
energy.
Did you hear what she just said right now? She was buying it for herself and then she realized, oh, it's high sugar. They'll probably,
No, jump on.
those fat guys at the house
I'll
will probably
break
enjoy this
them.
more than me.
I'll break them instead.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
TZ complaining about my execution about the shout out.
What did he say? I wasn't even paying attention.
And this thing says Future Life High Energy Strawberry Crunch, right? So he's like, that was the perfect tone.
For him to say it like that. Wow.
Future Life High Energy.
They need to cut that for an ad.
All right, Joe.
All right.
Right, media wrap up. Yeah. Thank you.